Hello, people of YouTube. It's been a little bit since I've done one of these YouTube StreamYard streams, but I figured, you know what? I got nothing better to do right now other than maybe doing a couple of reviews, but luckily I got all weekend to get reviews done. After all, I got 2 out of 3 finished. I just need to do one more and under the radar, as well as the CD collection update, which I actually might record after this, but how's it going, everybody? I see the son of Horfrost and Ricky are in the chat. Oh, you want to join in this little shindig, Ricky? Or do you? Do you? Of course you can get in. I'm just pretending to be a little pissed off, like, huh. Let me send you DM. If my Facebook will even compute. So actually, one thing I forgot to mention, I have my internet upgraded. So I'm able to do some faster speeds and stuff, and we can stream more stuff around the house at the same time, which is always good. Always good. Because, god damn it, it can be a little bit shitty. Oh, if it isn't my one-time rival in Call of Honor Wrestling, Firestar Hart. What's up? So, yeah, we're just going to be on here ranking metal bands in all sorts of subgenres on the Tier Maker website and see how this goes. Well, Ricky, I'm not going to let you in if you keep doing that, because it's like, are you wanting a kiss? Because if you do, it ain't coming from me, mister. It ain't coming from me. Ask your mama to give you a kiss on the forehead. And hey!
Here's Johnny! Go! What's up? It's been forever.
Yeah, it's been a busy bee. Not only with the tube, but also work.
Same with me. Been busy with work. I finally got to listen to some of the CDs that I bought like a month ago. Haven't bought anything. I need to catch up on some stuff. Like I need to buy the new Borknagar. I really love that new album. I need to buy the new Blood Red Throne. Need to buy that soon. Need to buy the new Priest coming out next week.
Job for a Cowboy.
Job for a Cowboy. I need to listen to that. I want to listen to the first single, which kind of
it's great. It's a great continuation of Sun Eater, except a little more melodic. I would say.
I need to listen to Bruce's solo album that came out yesterday.
It's all right. It's okay. I reviewed it. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. It was okay.
Mm-hmm. What else?
There's a lot, but I will say good luck trying to get that Blood Red Throne album. Unless you pre-ordered it on Amazon, you're kind of screwed because you have to go to Soul Seller and they'll probably charge you a shitload for shipping because it's a European label.
Yeah, I mean, let me check on Amazon, see if I can find it.
I mean, when I pre-ordered it, it cost me like $20.
Which is all right.
But since you're here, let's rank some death metal bands to start with.
Yep, it's right here. 1998 on Amazon, which is $20.
Prime on Prime.
I don't have Prime, but I need to upgrade on that soon. Temporary out of stock. Never mind.
I figured as such. All right, so we're going to be ranking death metals to start off with, and I've changed the category, so we got the greatest, great, good, average, haven't heard enough, not my thing, and trash. So,
okay.
Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. Hang on, I'm trying to close out some pages.
Yeah,
see if that helps. Okay, the connection's gotten better. All right, so we're going to kick things off with death. I think we know where they're going.
At the very top, the greatest. Without death, there's no death metal.
Nope. Yeah, and after all, Yeah, like what we just said, without death, there is no death metal. Although there will be a band we'll get to later in this list that might make an argument for that spot.
Yeah, I think we all know which one it is, but we'll see when we get to it.
Yeah, we shall see. But I mean, death. I mean, every album is a classic. All seven.
Everything is gold.
Scream Bloody Gore, legendary debut. Leprosy, arguably the greatest death metal album of all time. Spiritual Healing, that transition into the more proggy, technical, melodic stuff.
Human, when they really went proggy. And then Individual Thought Patterns, their most angriest album ever.
And their most technical.
Yeah.
Symbolic. And then Symbolic, where they got proggy even further, and then The Sound of Perseverance. More proggy, even though that's technically Controlled Denied under the Death name, but it's still amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if Chuck would have still been alive, I think he would have gone like 2 more albums into that kind of sound,
Controlled and then have like a side. And I'd say, again, it's the argument with Death. Like, I think it would have ran its course after Sound of Perseverance, but then probably it would have been a similar situation with Carcass, where maybe in 10 years ago they would have come back with something huge, and it could have been mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think Death would have released an album around the same time Carcass released Surgical Steel.
Maybe a little bit before, possibly.
Around that period of time.
But yeah, Death at the top. Morbid Angel.
Okay.
I am going to say they go next to Death, regardless of how their last 3 albums went. Heretic being okay, Aluminum Anus being the way it is, and Kingdom's Disdain being horrible production. But the reason they go next to Death, everything from Altars of Madness to Gateways to Annihilation, perfection.
Those albums, those straight albums, pure perfection. Altars of Madness, one of the greatest debut albums of all time. Not my number 6 in Morbid Angel albums, but still.
Blessed Are the Sick, more sludgy, and then Covenant being one of their big masterpieces. Domination, really good. Formula's Fatal to the Flesh, the first with Steve Tucker, I still say is the best of the Steve Tucker era. It was essentially Covenant Part 2. Features arguably their best song, Invocation of the Continual One. 10 minutes of insanity. But yeah, Gateways to Annihilation, a great follow-up, kind of like the Steve Tucker version of Blessed Are the Sick, where it was a little sludgier. But yeah, killer stuff. But yeah, the last 3 we'll just ignore and just say, without Morbid Angel, evil death metal wouldn't have happened.
Satanic, well, not really satanic, but
early on satanic, but later on more occultish or Sumerian ancient stuff. All right, next up, Suffocation. Ooh, this is tough because
I think Suffocation would be in the great category
because they're pioneers of brutal death metal as well as tech death.
Effigy of the Forgotten, that album alone.
Tears from Within, Breeding the Spawn, and then hell, even the last one. Crap, what the hell is the name? Hymns from the Apocrypha was phenomenal. Pinnacle of Bedlam, the self-titled. Yeah, they've had a couple of okay albums here and there, but still, without Suffocation, you wouldn't have Slam, you wouldn't have Brutal Death, you wouldn't have Brutal Tech Death. So much without Suffocation, if that were the case. Deicide.
Okay, now Deicide is kind of tricky because the first 3 Deicide albums...
First 4.
Oh yeah, Serpents of the Light. Yeah, you can kind of say that.
First 4 great. The next 2 after that, the following 2 after that were really good to outstanding, and then a couple albums afterwards were okay, and then they had In the Minds of Evil, which was phenomenal, and then Overtures of Blasphemy was okay. But so far, this new one sounds promising based off the singles.
Freaking shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit. Not AI generated, unlike some
No,
other
screw that
bands.
cover. Screw that album cover. But anyways, I'd say Deicide goes in good.
Good. After good, I think good because
Because
with
there's legendary albums that you can't
I mean with
ignore.
Deicide, the first four, Sensual Redemption,
In the Minds of Evil,
The Minds
Scars
of
of
Evil.
Crucifix to a lesser extent too.
I think those are okay with Deicide. Again, now the evil satanic death metal.
And one of the first in the more triplet chugging variety too.
Yeah. Same thing with Vital Remains, which I don't know if they're
Cannibal
in this.
Corpse. I think they're in this, but it's probably later.
All right.
Gorguts.
Okay, so with Gorguts, I don't know. Okay, with Gorguts, I'm being a bit biased since I saw them live. I met Lou. I think
I'm gonna say great.
Great, yeah.
Because Gorguts, I mean, you want to talk about evolution. Like the first album, Considered Dead, that was more straight ahead death metal, and then you get to their more tech death side with Erosion of Sanity, and then Obscura being like really fucking outlandish. From Wisdom to Hate, kind of like the balance between Erosion of Sanity and Obscura. And then Colored Sands was a great dissonant tech death album. And Pallades Dust and a hell of an EP. I would love to hear a new full length from them, but
which we know
every album's amazing.
Yeah, which we know they're gonna release some. We know they're gonna release something this year. That's for sure.
All right, Repulsion. Now, Repulsion kind of tough because again they're more grindcore, but because they were considered pioneers of grind, they go at the top. Horrified, that's a classic.
I think I had Horrified in my. Was it number one in my grindcore albums? I think when we did that,
it was up there for you.
Yeah.
It was up there.
Yeah, because I think you had
World Downfall by
World Downfall and Raphael had Scum, and yeah, we had the Rock Paper Scissors.
And I think you had Horrified.
Yeah, I had Horrified, but yeah, one of the essential grindcore albums.
Yeah,
need to get in the collection someday.
All right, next up, Jungle Rot.
Jungle
Rot, I'll admit I've not heard enough Jungle Rot, but from what I've heard, it is really good. So I'll put in haven't heard enough.
Same thing with me. Even though Jungle Rot's a bit more
groovy death metal, like American, like almost like a hybrid between Bolt Thrower and Obituary, kind of.
Yeah, I need to listen to more, but doesn't say they're not great. We're not saying they're not great. They're amazing, but
incredible,
need to listen to more.
Just need to listen to more.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Is that Baby Bech?
I think this is an old Behemoth logo because it looks like BEHMOTH. So let's just let me scroll down.
Like
is there another Behemoth logo? No, I think this is Behemoth.
Like the Behemoth?
Yeah. Well, I'm scrolling to see if there's the actual Behemoth logo. I don't see it. So I'm gonna assume this is Behemoth.
Okay. So let's just
say it's Behemoth. Behemoth. Okay. So hang on. So Pandemonic Incantations through to Satanist, great run. The last two albums, while good, doesn't feel like Behemoth to me. So I think on that, I'll put Behemoth in good.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm being biased. I saw them live, different environment. The Satanist, one of the greatest albums in their discography. They've had a consistent run, when the Satanist hit and then onwards. Yeah, I Love You, Your Darkest was a bit different. Contra Naveria was a bit better than I Love You, Your Darkest. I hope the next album they released kind of
goes back to the 2000s era.
Yeah,
more raw, thrashy, aggressive black.
Because we've said this a billion times, Behemoth has tried so hard to replicate the Satanist, which it will never happen. That was a moment in time that can't believe that actually happened. But I would put them personally at great, but they're all right. They're good. I think good is fine.
Yeah. I'm just real quick Send them a message. All right, next up, In Flames. Oh boy. Okay, so In Flames. Okay, 90s and early 2000s, incredible melodic death metal. After Root to Remain, oh dear God, it went downhill fast.
I put them at average, honestly.
Yeah, average, because they're not horrible. Okay, their stuff recently has been not very good, but their 90s and early 2000s stuff was some of the best mellow death out of Sweden. So balance it out, they'll go in average. All right, Defeated Sanity. Ooh, we're getting German brutal tech death here. I'm going to put them in good because they're kind of like the German equivalent to Suffocation, where there's so many like slammy parts, but like great thrashy tech death stuff with brutal guttural vocals. But they also have a little bit of a melodic side to them because they did the album Disposal of the Dead and Dharmata in 2016, where it was like 2 EPs in one album. The first half being more of their standard sound, and then Dharmata, they were basically replicating 90s death, kind of, with even a different vocalist doing the more Chuck Schuldiner vocals. And that last album I had on my year-end list for 2020, and I hope they release something this year. But yeah, Defeated Sanity, good band, so they'll go in good. Decapitated. All right, so Decapitated. Winds of Creation, one of my all-time favorite death metal debuts. Nihility, great follow-up. The Negation's really good. Organic Hallucinosis. Like the 2000 run was brilliant. Then after Vitek, the drummer, passed away in that bus accident, and then they had a new lineup, and it's like the first few of the comeback run. Not the strongest, but Cancer Culture, that was a great album 2 years ago. So good. I'd say put them in good.
Yeah.
If we left off the albums from like the 2010s out, they would probably go up to great, but because we got
I need to get Decapitated too in the collection.
Yeah, especially Winds of Creation.
You
really need.
Oh yeah, especially they were very young. I think they were like 15, 16.
Average age 16, and playing death metal better than most at that point. All right, Dismember. Swedish death metal legends. Immediately going to put them in great.
Yeah.
Bad album. And I can't wait to hear what they got coming up soon.
They're actually coming to San Antonio. I think this is their only Texas date. So I might actually go see them.
I know I would.
Maybe. It depends on my schedule.
Plus they're playing Maryland Death Fest this year, too. One of the headliners for that, too. But yeah, Dismember, I mean, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream, that's an incredible debut. And really like everything that's super consistent. And I'm missing 2 albums. I'm missing Massive Killing Capacity and Hate Campaign, and then I'd have everything.
I think it's the 30th anniversary of is it the 30th anniversary of the debut album?
No, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream was 91, so we've already passed that.
Oh, no.
The closest anniversary would be next year, being 30 years since Massive Killing Capacity.
There you go. That's it. There you go.
And that's with one of their catchiest songs, Casket Garden. All right, Hate Eternal.
Good old
Eric Rutan. Well, the thing about with Hate Eternal, every album's been great.
Yeah.
But some of the albums, production-wise, Eric mixes them like ass. Some he mixes incredibly well, and others not so much. So, on average, I'll go with
good. And I feel Hate Eternal doesn't get talked about that much, honestly.
Because, Eric being overshadowed due to his production work, his time in Morbid Angel, and now in Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hate Eternal is almost somewhat taking a back seat right now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Nile to the top. They have to be at the top. I mean, they're, in my opinion, the best tech death band of all time.
And it's
not even just like standard tech death, but also brutal death, and occasionally getting doomy at times. I mean, Carl Sanders, one of the great guitarists and vocalists. if they ever have a show in Cincinnati or Columbus, I want to go because I want to see these guys.
Oh, I know you would. I think you would be in front row, wetting your knickers at them.
All right, next one looks like it's Rotting. I gonna say
I've
never heard of it.
I thought it was Rotting Christ. I was like, Rotting? Is that just a Rotting?
It just says Rotting. It just says Rotting. Mm. All right, next up, Vader. Great. Thrashy death. I mean, without Vader, there's no Behemoth. There's no Decapitated. Yeah. There's no Hate. Hell, like a lot of Blackened death and Thrashy death.
Yeah, pretty much the Godfathers.
One of the Godfathers.
Next to Blasphemy.
All right, next up, Infestor. They only have one album. They're good. Infestor. So, Infestor, they had one album, came out 30 years ago called To the Depths and Degradation. Holy shit, it's like Incantation on steroids.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
It gets doomy. It also gets thrashy. It gets very blackened, like almost like a precursor to Blackened Death. The vocals are fucking absolutely scary, terrifying vocals.
What you said it was? To the Depths in the Degradation?
To the Depths.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, now I saw the album cover. Like, yeah, now I remember them. Yeah. Carcass.
All right, Carcass.
At the top. At the top. They don't have any bad album. All of their albums.
Even Swan Song.
Even Swan Song. I like Swan Song. I don't care what Nick says. Even though Nick, I love you, but Swan Song is fucking good. That kind of like black and roll.
No, melodic death and roll, more like it.
Yeah.
Like a more melodic Entombed Wolverine blues kind of vibe.
Yeah. Which again, saw them live. I actually got to get one of Jip's bass picks.
Nice. All right, next up, Nocturnus, pioneers of proggy tech death.
Yes.
Okay, The Key, classic debut. Thresholds, okay.
Die.
And then they had an album or so afterwards, like Ethereal Tomb. Not the biggest fan of, but now with the AD and they did Paradox, that was an amazing comeback. So good. I'll put them in good.
Obituary.
Ooh, this is hard because
live
couple albums I don't care for, but there's some that are up there among the greatest. So I think Great is a good.
Yeah. Slowly We Rot, Cause of Death,
Incomplete, World Demise, and then their last two,
the self-titled
and End of Everything is incredible.
Yeah.
All right, Flesh God Apocalypse. I'll be honest, I've only listened to one album, and it was good.
Melodic,
but I haven't heard enough, so I'll put them in.
Actually, I've heard a couple of their albums. Again, I think Flesh God Apocalypse is like, I want to say they're like Powerwolf in that perspective, but a bit heavier. I guess that's the perfect way I could describe them.
Symphonic tech death.
Yeah, you can say that. But yeah, pretty good albums.
All right, Malevolent Creation. All right, so they've had a rough patch. You know, they've been going through different members over the past decade and such. Hell, their frontman now is the former frontman of CKY, Darren Miller, which is insane.
It's crazy.
But like the first two albums, 10 Commandments and Retribution are incredible. And then it's been kind of like wee woo afterwards.
I'd say they're good. I think in the good category thing, they'll be fine.
I think I'll put them in average.
Yeah.
Because it's like mainly the first two are the best, and then after that, it's very, very spotty. Cryptopsy.
Ooh.
This is tough because this is kind of in a similar vein, those Malevolent Creation, that they've had a lot of peaks and valleys. First three, Blasphemy Made Flesh, None So Vile especially, and Whisper Supremacy are great albums. Then you'll beg, meh, and then Once Was Not better. Unspoken King, we don't talk about that one. Self-titled was solid. The last one, As Gamora Burns, was very good. So I'll put them in good.
Yeah. Gojira.
Gojira, immediately going towards the top at the great category. Every album's awesome, and a little biased because I got to see them live. So
yeah, every album is different. Every album is unique.
The eco-friendly Morbid Angel sometimes.
Pretty much.
There's so much similarity to Morbid Angel.
Are they from France? Are they? Yeah, okay. I always confused them with another band. I was like, are they from France? Yeah. But yeah, Gojira.
All right, next up, Dissection.
So
Dissection, that middle ground between melodeath and black metal. Okay, I say they go at the top.
Yeah.
Just based on the first two albums, Stormlight Fade. Even Reign Chaos was good. Just more melodeath than what they were doing before.
With Dissection, I think the first two albums are pretty much all you need. I mean, of course, produced by Dan Swano, which still shocking. We actually interviewed them like years ago. Still shocking.
Cannibal Corpse
at the top.
They have to go at the top.
Saw them live, and I met Alex.
And I just did the ranking for them, so no need to go further. Paradise Lost.
Okay. This is gonna be tricky because with Paradise Lost, the first, I want to say, like the first 3 to 4 albums, they're around death metal, close to Death Doom. And then once they hit Draconian Times, they kind of went more gothic metal. But in terms of death metal, in this list, I put them at good, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if this was like a gothic metal or Death Doom list, Paradise Lost would have been a bit higher, personally.
Yeah. All right, Immolation.
At the top.
They have to. I mean, arguably next to Death, with the best run of albums in a row. All 11 of them are awesome in their own way. Enough said.
Close to World Below.
Dawn of Possession, Here and After.
Yeah.
Majesty and Decay, Atonement, you name it.
Which this guy got me more into Immolation. It's a little fun fact.
Yep. All right, next up, Belphegor.
Okay.
Austrian Blackened to Death, basically Austrian behemoth.
Now, with Belphegor, I've only listened to the most recent albums.
There's been a few albums I've checked out. I say they're good.
Yeah,
so I'll put them in good.
A band that I would like to see live, because I think their antics are
be sprayed with pig's blood. Essentially, you would be sprayed with pig's blood at Belphegor.
That with Watain, what's next? Having Watain, Belphegor, and Gorgoroth in one venue. Oh, that much blood.
Sarcophago. Ooh, okay, so INRI, classic debut in early black metal. Rotting EP was amazing. Laws of Scourge, where they kind of somewhat pioneered tech death.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, the last 2 albums and final EP. So
I'd say they're
good. Because the first EP and the first 2 studio full lengths are classics, and then after that, they freaking started to use drum machines, and it was so obvious a drum machine. Which, why would you have a drum machine when you had an insane drummer in DD Crazy on INRI? Come on. Necrophagist, only 2 albums, they go in great.
Yeah.
Crazy, insane tech death from Germany. Enough said.
Yeah.
If only they were still around.
Could you imagine if they were still
around? If only Mohammed Shizmez would get the band back up and running, that would be something.
Mm-hmm.
Napalm Death.
Yes.
So Napalm, the one next to Repulsion, the Godfathers of Grind.
Again,
to the top.
Saw them live.
Granted, 2 albums not being that great, and Diatribes and Inside to Torn Apart, but pretty much everything else good to
perfection.
Classic.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get something from them this year.
I heard
That was my phone. 6 Feet Under,
trash, fucking trash, especially that fucking god awful Graveyard's Classic Part 2, covering Back in Black. Fuck you.
Anyways, Bolt Thrower to the top.
Yeah.
Next, again, along with Death and Immolation. Great run.
Pretty much the British version of like Morbid Angel, in a way.
Goat Whore. So I've only listened to a little bit of Goat Whore. It's good. It's good.
Average. I think they were good on average.
I'm gonna put them in good.
All
right. Pestilence.
Okay.
Oh dear. Okay. First 2 albums, Malleus Maleficarum. That's an underrated thrash album. Consuming Impulse. Still one of the greatest albums. Testimony of the Ancients. Great tech death. Spheres, good. And then after that, I don't give a shit. So average.
Yeah.
Which sucks because, again, Consuming Impulse. You know what? I'll put them up. I'll put them up to good. Just because at least the first 3 albums are classics. So I'll put them up there. Misery Index. Modern death grind masters featuring Jason Netherton, formerly of Dying Fetus.
I need to listen.
Anything I've listened so far to Misery Index has been incredible. So I'm going to put them in great. Because holy shit, grindy death, mastery. And again, even that last album, having a little bit of Behemoth vibes at times, especially on that opening track.
I think that's the only album I've listened to from them. Need to listen to the rest.
Yeah. Adramelech, Finnish tech death. Basically, kind of in a similar vein to bands like Nocturnus, where it's very sci-fi. I've listened to some of the debut album, Psychostasia, and that's wacky, fun stuff. But I haven't heard enough of anything else, so I'll put them in haven't heard enough.
Yeah. I haven't heard that much from them either.
Demolich. Ooh. Demolich to the top. Because, oh my fucking gourd. Though that album, Nespith, holy shit. Weird, groovy, technical, dissonant, with those bullfrog vocals of Auntie Bowman. Good lord. I would love if they actually did another album, but even if they don't, at least the one album they did is a classic. So Demolich at the top. Seance, haven't heard of.
Never heard.
And then I don't know what this band is, so I'll put that there. Celtic Frost. So Extreme Metal Pioneers, I'm going to say they go to the top as well, because apart from Cold Lake, everything else is a classic. And without Celtic Frost, there is no Obituary, there's no really anything.
Yeah, I mean, even in Gothic metal, because Celtic Frost, like Into the Pandemonium, was a bit gothy, which still fucking good.
Avant-garde bands, thrash bands, black metal, death doom.
Pretty much all of extreme metal holds everything to Celtic Frost.
Even Napalm Death owes some cues to Celtic Frost early on in their early grind stuff. All right, next up, Massacre. Massacre, okay. From Beyond is an amazing debut. Promise is a pile of garbage. And then Back From Beyond was blah, and I didn't listen to Resurgence, so...
Average.
Yeah, they go in average. Just because. At least From Beyond and the Inhuman Condition EP, classic stuff. Cattle Decapitation.
Great. Saw them live again. Pretty amazing band. Need to get the rest. I think I'm like halfway from their discography done. I need to get the rest. Again, another one of those bands that every album is different. Especially the latter albums from Death Atlas and
let's say Harvest Floor to now.
I mean, then again, in the Monolith also, you can kind of count that too.
Autopsy.
Ooh,
They really only have one album that I don't care for, and that's Shit Fun. But everything else, first three, very different. Like Severed Survival being more thrashy death with some doomy moments.
Mental Funeral,
Death
Death
Doom,
Doom,
classic. Acts of the Unspeakable, adding a little bit of grindy punk influence into their Death Doom. And then from their comeback run, they just seem to keep getting better. Like the last two, Morbidity Triumphant and Ashes, Graves, Blood. I forget the whole title because it's just comma after comma. Amazing. So I'm going to put them in great.
Yeah.
Kind of on the same level as Obituary.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what that.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Ripping Corpse. So one album, Eric Rutan. It's a hell of a debut. It's a hell of an album. So I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
It's more death thrash, but with some slam moments, kind of like Suffocation. Atheist.
Ooh.
They go in great because they're like pioneers of tech death. Next to Death, the pioneers of tech death. So they just based on that alone, they have to go in the great category. And hopefully we get something from them pretty soon. Kelly Schaefer's been teasing it. Skeletal Remains, and they have a new album coming out this week, next week. So far, everything I've heard this band do is awesome, so I'm going to put them in good.
Good.
Great modern band. Dead Congregation. Okay, this is going to be blasphemy because I hear so much about this band. I haven't heard enough of Dead Congregation.
Me neither,
and
honestly.
I need to check out Graves of the Archangels, the debut. That's the one I desperately need to check out. But from what I know, they're essentially like, I think they're from Greece. Basically, Greek immolation, incantation, morbid angel, basically in that vein. Rings of Saturn.
Not my thing. Sorry. I never got into them. Sorry.
Me neither. Same with Thy Art is Murder.
Yeah, I never got into them. Sorry.
Necrot.
Oh,
good. Awesome 2 albums so far. Blood Offering and I forgot the name of the last one, but I had it high. Mortal.
Yeah.
That was up on my 2020 year-end list for Horsemen. So
yeah,
I have to put them in good. Hopefully we get something from them this year.
And the fact that even Jim Bashara endorses Necrot's like, yep, you made it. You guys made it.
Yep. Blood Incantation. They go in great.
Yeah. Again,
and so far both albums have been insanely incredible.
Saw them live. The heaviest band I've seen live. Again, I got vertigo from that show. Ugh.
So yeah, hopefully we get a new full length from them soon because later this year it'll have been 5 years since Hidden History came out.
I think it's time.
Granted, several months ago we had the maxi mini single with those 2 songs, Luminescent Bridge and Obliquity of the Ecliptic, which is an incredible song. All right, next up, Spectral Voice. So speaking of Blood Incantation, their Death Doom project. Checked out the new one. It was really good, so I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
I do need to check out the debut still from them. Gate Creeper. Oh, Arizona Chainsaw.
Ooh.
I love their 2 albums so far, so I'm going to put them in great. Basically, what would happen if Entombed and Bolt Thrower had a child?
A bastardized child.
That HM2 tone, but with the melodies and the grooves of Bolt Thrower and the punky thrashiness of Entombed. Brilliant. Please release a full length this year, Chase Mason. Please. All right, Venom Prison. I listened so far to their last album. It was good. Larissa, holy shit, she's got a feral vocals. But I haven't heard enough, so I'll put them in haven't heard enough. But the last album was pretty damn good. To Mold. Canadian cavernous. They're great. Especially that last album where they got proggy. That was awesome. Mortiferum. so far, I've listened to some of the album they did a few years ago.
I think it's good.
Nasty shit, so I'm gonna put it
Yeah.
in good. Infinite Annihilator,
Yeah.
not my thing.
No.
Same with actually Lorna Shore, yeah, not my thing. Even though I saw them live, just too processed for me. Pyrexia, basically Suffocation Junior. Sermon of Mockery is a great album, and then after that, I haven't really listened to a whole lot, so I'll put them in haven't heard enough.
Yeah.
Morbius, never listened
never
to,
heard of them.
Opeth
at the
to
top. At the top.
Don't even need to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
The Chasm. The Chasm. Mexican evil death metal, kind of in the same vein of bands like Time Ghoul and Morbid Angel and Incantation. Daniel Corchado was in Incantation, but I haven't heard enough about them, so I'll have to put them in.
I mean, I'll put them at good, but then again, I'm being biased here, but I think, you need to listen to a bit more.
Yeah. Disembowelment.
Oh, God.
Put them in.
You gotta put them in good. I mean, yeah, just one album. In my opinion, the greatest Death Doom album of all time. But debatable. But their legacy, if they would have continued on, of course, these guys were from Australia, which Australia doesn't really get that much recognizable at the time.
Recognition.
Yeah, but still, I mean, pioneers of Death Doom. Yeah.
Archgoat, aka Finnish Blasphemy, essentially Black and Death. Haven't heard enough, so I'll put them in haven't heard enough. Dying Fetus, they go in great. Another band with a consistent catalog. Brutal tech death, grindcore hybrid, catchy hooks, fucking gross vocals, and just some amazing musicianship. So yeah, they have to go into great category. Brutality. So this is Florida death metal. I need to check out their stuff because I hear it's some of the most underrated death metal of the 90s.
I haven't heard of them, actually.
I'm going to have them in haven't heard enough.
Yeah.
Black Dahlia Murder. Great. Best mellow death band in America. No question.
Yeah.
Next up. Oh, Nun Slaughter. Some evil fun. I'm going to put them in good. Because holy shit, it's like a party when you listen to them.
Yeah.
Asphyx.
It's great.
To the top.
Yeah. Even their non-Martin stuff is phenomenal.
Particularly the self-titled.
Yeah. Some of the even doomier than some of the Martin stuff.
But yeah, the first three are amazing. God Cries was good, but not quite Asphyx. On the Wings of Inferno is kind of underrated. And then their comeback run since Death the Brutal Way has been flawless. Slaughter to Prevail, trash. I don't give a shit about them. They had Morbid Angel twice for some reason. All right, Vital Remains.
Okay, pretty much DSI 2.0.
But better in terms of consistency. So
I mean,
I'd say all Icons of Evil is okay, but everything else, I'm going to put them in great.
Great.
Especially Let Us Pray and Dechristianized, those two albums.
Yeah.
Jeez. Time Ghoul. I'm biased. I'm going to put them in great as well.
Yeah.
Without Time Ghoul, you wouldn't have Blood Incantation or Tomb Mold. All right, next up, Origin. So Brutal Tech Death. I listened to the last album, and it was good, but I haven't heard enough of them, so I'll put them in haven't heard enough. Entombed. Oh, man, this is hard because
Left Hand
Path, top 3 greatest albums of all time. Clandestine's an amazing follow-up. Wolverine Blues, awesome. Death and Roll. Then after that, the next album, DCLXVI, was okay. Same difference, can fuck off. And then you get to Uprising and Morningstar, fantastic. Inferno was okay. Serpent Saints was... And then even the Entombed AD stuff, it got better and better, especially with Bowels of Earth being a great album. So on average, I'll put them in great.
Clanstein.
Cladenstein. Dr. Cladenstein. Devourment, not my thing. Not really a big slam guy. Even though they're somewhat pioneers, I just... Deeds of Flesh. Brutal tech death again. I'm going to put them in good. From what I've heard, it's really fucking good. Basically just like Suffocation, Dying Fetus. Incantation.
Oh, God.
I'm going to put them in great. Again, they can be in the same category as Immolation, but Immolation's got, in my opinion, a stronger discography. Whereas Incantation, every album's good to a classic, but a couple albums like Blasphemy and Profane Nexus, while good, not nearly as strong.
Diabolical Conquest. Oof.
The first three are pretty flawless, and even the last two were great. And then Vanquish and Vengeance was amazing. All right, next up, Carnifex. Carnifex, I've listened to a couple albums. It's good for deathcore. It's pretty good. Blackened deathcore. So based on 2 albums, but then everything else is kind of meh, so I'll put them in average.
Yeah. Never got into Carnifex as much as I should.
World War X is actually a pretty good album, all things considered, for what it was going for. Possessed to the top.
Yeah.
Even though it's debatable if they're really a death metal band or just heavy thrash, every album, all 3 of them have been amazing. So
7 Churches, Beyond the Gates,
Revelations of Oblivion,
even EP.
Pertinence, some Finnish death metal. I have their debut album, Member of Immortal Damnation. It's really bizarre, but it's great. And then their last album was good. But I still haven't heard enough of them, so I'll put them in haven't heard enough. Morpheus Descends. This is a band I need to check out because they're kind of like a cult band. Same with Rodivore, so both of them I'll say I haven't heard enough, but I need to check them out. Demigod. Slumber of Soul and Eyes. Amazing debut, so I'll put them in good. Finnish death metal brutality. Kind of like Bolt Thrower, Incantation... in terms of like elsewhere influences. Ulcerate. They have to go in the great category. I mean, every album, essentially it's the continuation of Gorguts from the Obscure album, but expanding on it, adding in some black metal, some post-metal. Almost like if you took Gorguts, Immolation, Deathspell Omega, and Neurosis, mixed it together. Because it's got that dissonant black metal element of Deathspell, but the tech death of Gorguts, the dissonance of Immolation, and the softer, quieter moments of a Neurosis. So please release something this year. It's been 4 years since Staring to Death and Be Still. So yeah, Ulcerate goes in great. Hypocrisy, great. I mean, everyone except for maybe one album, amazing. And I'm still working on getting the whole catalog. Arch Enemy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Saw them live. Amazing live. But then again, it's Arch Enemy. One of those
quality control has been kind of an issue.
It's one of those.
Like the late 90s through the late 2000s. Really good. And then after that, while the first one with Alyssa, War Eternal, was solid, after that, I just haven't cared for Arch Enemy.
I mean, after that one, there've been some okay albums, but with Arch Enemy,
average. I'll put them in average.
At the Gates.
At the Gates, they go.
They
go to the top. The greatest Swedish melodeath band of all time. Every album's amazing. I mean, every album really good to amazing. Maybe we'll get something new from them this year since it's been 3 years since Nightmare of Being, where they got proggy, which is nice. Only a few left. Monstrosity. The probably up there for most underrated. Yeah. I'm going to put them in great. Every album's awesome. Insomnium. They go up to the great category as well.
My God, Insomnium is one of those bands that has one of the most perfect discographies. Everything is unique, especially Winter's Gate. Ah,
Dark Tranquility. Okay, so they're neck and neck with At the Gates and In Flames for Pioneer and Melodeath. But I haven't heard a whole lot. But from what I heard, it just doesn't quite capture my attention. But I know a lot of people love them, so I'll put them in good to be nice. And then finally, Sepultura.
Oof.
Okay, the Max era minus Roots, amazing. The Derek Green era, very spotty, though the last two were great. But based on legacy alone, they go up at the top. So there you have it. That's for the death metal side of things.
Oh, God. Is there a black metal one?
I'm pretty sure there is, and we'll get there. But anyway, so recap. The death metal bands we think are the greatest of all time. Death, Morbid Angel, debatable with Repulsion, Nile, Carcass, debatable Dissection, Cannibal Corpse, Immolation, debatable Napalm Death, Bull Thrower, Demolich, debatable Celtic Frost, Opeth, Asphyx, debatable Possessed, At the Gates, and debatable Sepultura. And I say debatable because they're more known for a different genre. Great, Suffocation, Gorguts, Dismember, Vader, Obituary, Gojira, Necrophagus, Misery Index, Cow Decapitation, Autopsy, Atheist, Blood Incantation, Gatecreeper, Tomb Mold, Dying Fetus, Black Dahlia Murder, Vital Remains, Time Ghoul, Entombed, Incantation, Ulcerate, Hypocrisy, Monstrosity, Insomnium, Good, Deicide, Behemoth, Defeated Sanity, Decapitated, Hate Eternal, Infestor, Nocturnus, Cryptopsy, Paradise Lost, Belphegor, Sarcophago, Goatwhore, Pestilence, Disembowelment, Nunslaughter, Ripping Corpse, Skeletal Remains, Necrot, Spectral Voice, Mortiferum, Deeds of Flesh, Demigod, Dark Tranquility, Average, In Flames, Malevolent Creation, Massacre, Carnifex, Arch Enemy, Haven't Heard Enough, Jungle Rot, Rotting, Flesh God Apocalypse, Seance, Dead Congregation, Brutality, Adromelech, Venom Prison, Pyrexia, The Chasm, Archgoat, Origin, Pertinence, Morpheus Descends, Rodivore. Not my thing. Don't know. Anata, Rings of Saturn, Diartis Murder, Infinite Annihilator, Lorna Shore, Morbius, Devourment, and then Trash, 6 Feet Under, and Slaughter to Prevail. All right, now let's take a look at black metal. Black metal bands. Let's see how many. Okay, not nearly.
Not many.
Okay, so let me redo the categories. So the greatest, great, good, average, haven't heard enough, not my thing, and trash. Okay, so kicking things off, 1349. For most of these, I'll let you choose because I'm not super familiar with all these bands.
Now, with 1349, I've only heard a couple of albums. From what I've heard, they're pretty amazing. Honestly, I would put them at the good category, personally, for me.
Druk.
Never heard of them, actually. I'm not going to lie. Never heard of them. Have you heard of them?
I know of them. They're basically like Ukrainian Burzum, like atmospheric black metal. And I hear they're like one of the most consistent ones, but we'll just say haven't heard enough.
Yeah.
Abath. Okay,
Sour.
the first two albums, the self-titled and Outstrider are great. Dread Reaver, Abath, you should never mix an album ever again. But based on the first two, I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
Bathory to the top.
The greatest, yeah.
No Behemoth. So again, they're putting in Blackened Death on this. They'll go in good.
Good.
Beharit, Finnish black metal.
Beharit. This is a bit more
death metal too.
Yeah, a bit more
almost Blackened Death too. And from what I hear, that Drawing Down the Moon's a great album, so I'll take their word for it and put them in great. Blut aus Nord, some more dissonant, almost industrial atmospheric black metal. A lot of people love them. I've listened to a couple albums and they're creepy. Obsessed with Lovecraft. I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
Okay, Burzum.
Okay.
There's a few good albums, but I'm not the biggest fan of Burzum.
I know, but
not just because of Varg, but even musically, it just seems overhyped to me.
But with the legacy of Burzum in not just black metal, but in like avant-garde and depressive suicidal black metal, I mean, if you took that on in consideration, I put them at probably in great, personally.
Carpathian Forest. I mean, I've heard they're like really consistent. Plus, they've had a lot of like big time players in the band. Nats Frost, Short. I'll probably put them in good. Celtic Frost to the top.
Yeah.
I mean, just like in death metal. I can't tell this one.
I have no idea what
I'll
that
just
is.
put them in. Enough. Dark Throne to the top.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, even
in my opinion, in terms of overall Norwegian black metal, the greatest.
Yeah, even though some of the stuff I really don't like, but the majority of stuff is pretty good and great.
What the hell is this?
The hell?
Oh, it's Death Heaven. I can tell from the font. Death Heaven, personally, it's not really my thing. I'm not really into black gaze, whatever the hell people call them. But what about you?
Death Heaven. I'm not much of a Death Heaven guy. I mean, yeah, I'll listen to a couple of songs there and there, but it's not really my thing.
Yeah. Death Spell Omega. Similar to Burzum, if you take the Miko Aspa shit out, musically, kind of like the black metal equivalent to Gorguts and Ulcery. Very dissonant and avant-garde, technical. From what I've heard, it's insane, so I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
Destroyer 666, and we're getting thrashy, black and thrash.
Black and thrash.
Despite like a couple albums not being the greatest, there's a lot of really good stuff, so I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
Dimmu Borgir.
Oof.
Some great albums and some that are not that memorable.
I'm gonna put them at probably a good, honestly.
Yeah. Dissection to the top. Emperor to the top. I mean, in the Nightside Eclipse alone, but all 4 albums are great. Enslaved to the top.
Yeah.
Enthroned.
Never heard of them, actually.
So I'll just put them there. And then this next one, Philisters Stars? I don't know. I'll just put
me neither.
Gorgoroth.
I mean,
I know where I would put them, but what about you?
Honestly, with Gorgoroth, they're mostly known because of their antics. Music's sometimes alright. I put them at average, honestly. I know you would put them at trash.
No, I don't think they're bad. It's just never been my kind of black metal. I can't tell this one.
Neither can I.
So I'll just put them here. Immortal at the top.
Yep.
Inquisition. Colombian American Immortal, essentially, even though one of the members is a bit of a creep. But from what I've heard, it's awesome, so I guess I'll put them in good.
Yeah.
Judas Iscariot, American Dark Throne. I've actually listened to some of their stuff. Even though the drum sound is kind of... everything else is pretty good, so I'll put them in good.
Leviathan. Oh, now we got
Leviathan.
some depressive suicidal one-man project black metal. Sometimes I damn Hannah for getting me into more depressive suicidal black metal, but from what I've heard from Leviathan, some pretty good stuff. to great, but if I were to put them here, I'm gonna put them at good, honestly.
No Lunar.
I have no
I
idea
have
what that
no
is.
idea. Marduk.
Marduk. Let's see. I mean, fuck me, Jesus.
Opus Nocturne. World Funeral.
I think they will be great. Honestly.
Mayhem.
Saw them live, but if we consider everything in music and not the...
They've had a couple albums that weren't strong, like Ordo Ad Chaos and Esoteric Warfare.
Yeah.
Not the strongest, and even Grand Declaration of War, great songs, but some were just weird. But I mean, Death Crush, Live in Leipzig, De Mysterious, Chimera, Damon are awesome. So I think great would be a good meeting ground.
Migwa. Oof.
From what I've heard, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If Hannah
were here, great.
Yep. If Hannah were here, she would have put them at the very top, honestly, because I know she loves Migwa.
Yeah. Nargaroth, German band. I haven't heard enough of them.
Me neither.
Same with whatever this band is, Panopticon.
Oh,
I'm immediately putting them up high on the list.
Yeah.
This one I
have no idea.
Ragnarok.
Never heard of them.
I've heard of them. I've not listened to a whole lot. I do know their current drummer is a former drummer of Blood Red Throne. I'll put them in haven't heard enough. Samael.
Oh.
So the first three, Worship Hymn, Blood Ritual, Ceremony of Opposites, classic Swiss black metal, groovy black metal almost. And then after that, symphonic industrial metal. Doesn't belong on here, but based on the first three, great.
Yeah.
Satyricon.
I think good will be all right.
Yeah, because like the first three are classics, and then after that, it's kind of like they went kind of black and roll.
Yeah.
Don't know about this one.
No.
Taka.
Yeah. Oh.
I heard the last album; it was pretty damn good.
I think Taka would be good. I think they got some, good albums.
Ruins of Beverast.
Oh, Ruins of Beverast. From what I've heard, Hannah's introduced me to them. Don't know that much. Need to listen to more, but from what I've heard, pretty good.
So I'll put them in haven't heard enough. Don't know this one, so I'll just put them here. Over.
Okay.
Again, if we're talking black metal, they got great stuff. And then after that, it's more avant-garde rock.
Avant-garde, kind of like synth wave, later stuff. But in terms of the
based on the black metal stuff, I'll put them in green.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
I have no idea that.
Don't know that one. Venom. Okay, Venom. The first two are classics, and then after that, it's very, very.
I mean, War Satan is pretty good too.
Yeah, War of Satan's good, and Possessed is okay. I'll put them in good.
Just really, wow.
Watain.
I'm being biased. I want to put them at the very top, but
I'll put them in great.
Yeah.
Windeer, some folky black metal that I actually need to check out more of. But from what I heard, it's great. I'll put them in good. Winter Philith, basically British version. From what I've heard, it's good, so I'll put them in good. And then I have
Zaster, pretty much American, pretty much the equivalent of Leviathan. I'll probably put them in good. Got some good albums.
Well, there's our black metal one, so not nearly as extensive as the death metal one because there wasn't as many bands. I will say, there's a couple of bands you were forgetting on this list: Borknagar, Shooter, Ergahal, Dark Funeral, Summoning.
Wada. I mean, I know
Wada,
yeah.
Baal Sagoth, Labonic Art. There was a lot of big ones.
I'm surprised they didn't even mention Profanica.
Profanatica.
Yeah.
Let's go to thrash metal next.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a long list.
Thrash metal tier list. Okay, this one doesn't even have hardly any.
Old school thrash.
70 plus. Okay, this is pretty good.
Okay.
All right, so let me put in the greatest, great, good, average. I'll keep having listened to and not my thing. So we'll just have those categories. Starting off with Suicidal Angels, who I did check out the new album from earlier today, and the review's coming tomorrow. It was pretty good. So from what I've heard, they're a good band. So I'll put them in good. Annihilator. So Annihilator, this is going to be one where it's like good album, bad album, good album, bad album. First two, Alice in Hell, Never Never Land are classics. And then after that, it's kind of peaks and valleys. Carnival Diablo's great. Sadistic Ballistic was really good. Based on the balance, I'll put Annihilator in good. Anthrax. I mean, part of the big four. Some great albums first. Like Fistful of Metal was cool. Spreading the Disease and Among the Living are classics. State of Euphoria was okay. Persistence of Time was amazing. Sound of White Noise was good for that more groovy alternative sound. And then the next three, and then the last two, Worship Music and For All Kings, were great. And might get a new one this year. I'll put Anthrax in great.
Great. Artillery.
Danish thrash that I actually need to check out more. But from what I heard, it's like top tiers. So I'll put them in great.
Great.
Atrophy, Phoenix band. And they got a new album coming out this year, but haven't heard enough. So I'll put in haven't listened to or heard enough. So I'll put them in the haven't heard enough category. Blind Illusion. Bay Area band, they started out as prog rock and then became thrash. This was actually the band Les Claypool of Primus was in before Primus. From what I heard, people said it was okay, so I'll put them in average. Blood, I don't know. So
I have no idea.
Bonded by Blood. I did get one of their albums. It's solid.
I wonder where they got their name from. I wonder from where.
Carnivore. I'm a meat eater carnivore. I love to meet ya. I love to eat pussy.
Of course, Pete's band before he turned.
They have to go in great. Both albums are incredible.
Yeah.
Corner. 5 albums, but they're all awesome. They're going in great. Pioneers of Prague, Tech Thrash. Dark Angel.
Oof.
They have to go in great as well.
Yeah.
Darkness Descends, probably one of the most brutal thrash albums ever. Death Angel, Bay Area Legends, great. Demolition Hammer, okay. First 2 albums, incredible. Time Bomb, no thank you. I'll put them in good. Destruction, one of the big 3 of German thrash.
I'll put them in good.
Good. I need to listen to more of them because when it comes to German thrash, it's mainly Creator and Sodom for me. DRI.
Crossover thrash from Texas.
I'll put them in good. Because they're still like the early stuff, like their early EPs, not the strongest. Dealing with it was solid, but then from Crossover through Thrash Zone, that trio of albums was incredible. Evil Dead. Haven't listened to.
Me neither.
Evil. Even though The Unknown, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. Like I've been listening to more songs off of that album. And it's not bad. It's actually okay. But everything before, amazing. So I'll put them in good. Exodus. Who I will be ranking in June for discography rankings. I'm going to put them in. For me, they're not in like the all-time greats because there's been a few albums I don't care for, so I'll put them in great. Exhumer, in my opinion, if you were to do the big four of German
underrated
thrash,
German thrash,
not Tankard, Exhumer belongs in that spot more than Tankard. I put them in great. Like their early stuff is great, and their recent output has been insanely good.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Flotsam and Jetsam. So again, first two classics. A couple of their recent albums have been really good, but then in like the middle, peaks and valleys. So I think good would be a good one. Forbidden. First two classics, kind of the same deal as Flotsam and Jetsam, only from the Bay Area, so I'll put them in good. Fueled by Fire.
Never heard of them.
I haven't really listened to them much. Gamma Bomb. I did listen to a little bit. I guess I need to go back and listen to the old stuff because I listened to their last album and I thought it was okay. So for now, I'll put them in haven't heard enough of. Havoc. They're good. I think they're good. They got some good shit. Heathen. Underrated, like technical thrash from the Bay Area. I'm going to put them in good. Holy Terror. Haven't listened to.
Nope. Creator.
Creator, I'm going to put at the top.
Yeah.
Even though the 90s period after Coma of Souls, but I mean everything from the 80s through to Coma of Souls and then everything since they've come
Violent
back
Revolution
has been great.
Yeah.
Gods of Violence, Violent Revolution,
Phantom Christ. Yeah.
Laz Rocket. So this is interesting because they started out more as a glam band and then became thrash, speed metal, power metal hybrid. From what I heard, it was good. I mean, hell, Sting appeared in the music video for them in 1989. Put them in good. They're actually pretty underrated. Lazarus AD, not my thing. Lich King, they got some good stuff, but a lot of it feels like too retro for me. So I'll put them in average. Massacre, French death thrash. I need to listen to their stuff because I hear that they were really good. Megadeth to the top.
Yeah.
I mean, even though 2 albums, Super Collider and Risk, everything else, good to all-time classics. Mekong Delta, German prog thrash. Only thing I know about them was one of their guitarists in the end of the 80s toured with Sodom, so I'm going to put them in, haven't listened to.
Metal Church. Ooh.
First 2 classics, and then after that, again, kind of peaks and valleys.
I'll put them in good.
Good. Just based on legacy. Metallica to the top. I mean, just based on impact, pioneers, say what you will about them, but without Metallica, none of this would have existed. Like even Exodus, yeah, they started 2 years before, but they really weren't thrash until hearing Metallica. So, I mean, yeah, people can say what they will about, the 90s stuff and even modern times, but again, yeah, Saint Anger I won't really listen to much ever again, but like Load and Reload, I'll still go back and
they're pretty good. They
songs off of them. And then their last 3, I will say, are underrated because people don't give them a chance because there's still great riffs coming up. But of course, first 4, the 80s material, amazing. Classics. Black Album, I still love. I don't care. But just at least based on the first 4, they have to go to the top. MOD, Method of Destruction. Billy Milano's band after SOD. From what I heard, it was all right. I'll put them in average. Morbid Saint. 2 albums. Both are awesome. They're going in great.
Mortal Sin,
basically Australian Metallica, super underrated. I'm going to put them in good. All right, Municipal Waste, fun crossover legends. I know one of my Instagram followers is going to hate me. I'm putting them in good, not higher, because, yeah. Nuclear Assault, fucking feral. First 3 classics, and then after that they did 2 more albums, and they weren't that great. So I'll put them in good. Onslaught. One of one of 2 bands I would classify as British Metallica. Well, actually 3, because Evil, I would say that too. But Onslaught, oh my god,
underrated as fuck.
Super underrated. Like, their first 2 albums are classics. In Search of Sanity was pretty good, but their comeback run they've had is pretty damn good. I'm gonna put them in great. Overkill. To the top in terms of hard workers and impact, and also being one of the earliest bands. 20 albums, and they're all good to outstanding. So there you go. I know I'm probably going to have to rank them next year. Paradox, German thrash band.
Underrated.
I actually haven't listened to enough of their stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll put them in haven't listened to enough. Power Trip. Oh, man. Tugs at the heartstrings, but I'm putting them in great. Both albums.
Amazing.
Razor. I'll put them in good. Like, the 80s and early 90s stuff is great, and then their comeback album I thought was really good, despite the production being how it was. Realm, never heard of. Rigor Mortis. Even though it's 3 albums, but just based on the debut, there you go into great. All right, next up, Ripping Corpse. We talked about them. 1 album, but it's good. Sacred Reich. Oh, this is a tough one because, again, first 2 albums, classics, especially the debut Ignorance. That's an awesome album. And then after that, they kind of went to groove metal and were kind of like, eh. Even their comeback album, it's like half the songs were great and half the songs were just, what's happening? So, but just based on the strength of the first 2 albums, good. Sacrifice. Canadian. Oh, God.
I put them in good.
Yeah, because it's underrated. Sadist. We're getting some technical thrash here. Their last album that came out several months ago was awesome, but man, Steve DiGiorgio being a fucking maniac. I'm going to put them in great. Sarcophago. Again, just like with what we talked about in the death metal section. First EP and the first 2 albums, classic. Other than that, afterwards, not the best, so I'll put them in good. Sodom, to the top.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's the best thrash band from Germany. Just by a notch over Creator, just in terms of having a stronger, more consistent catalog. Sepultura. They have to go in great, just again based on influence. Slayer
at the top.
Despite 2 albums that were crap, and then 1 album that I thought was everything else good to instant classics. So Slayer to the top. SOD, brutal crossover thrash, basically of Anthrax members. Speak English or Die is an amazing album, and then after that it's kind of iffy, but I'm putting them in great because Speak English or Die is a brutal, fantastic album. Suicidal Tendencies.
Fun band to listen to. I'll put them in great, honestly.
Yeah, after all their 80s and early 90s stuff is classic. Tankard. Okay, so they're in the big 4 for German thrash. Some stuff's really good. Other stuff is not so good.
Average.
Yeah. No, I'll be fair and I'll put
put them in good. Yeah.
Testament to the top. They have to be at the top for me. And you know what? I'll move Exodus to the top because why not? I feel shitty for putting them below the greatest, but I'll put them up there. Toxic Holocaust, so some punky blackened thrash. I'll put them in good. There's some killer shit going on there. Toxic. Okay, this is a band The vocals don't do it for me, but musically they're pretty good. I'll put them in good. Ultraviolence, I haven't listened to enough of.
Never.
Vector. Terminal Redux was incredible. I'm waiting to hear what's coming next. But just based on Terminal Redux alone, great. Violator, so Brazilian thrash. I really actually haven't checked out any of their stuff. Violence, based on Eternal Nightmare alone, they go in great. Voivod, great. Even though they haven't really been thrash since the 80s and they've become more of a prog band. But still, it's great. Warbringer. I'll put them in good. For a modern band, they have been killing it. Watchtowers, so prog thrash. Again, the vocals, not necessarily my bag, but the musicianship's top notch. After all, you got one of the greatest guitarists of all time and Ronnie Jarzenbeck in there. So I'll put them in good just to bounce it out. Whiplash. New York, New Jersey cult band. I'll put them in good. And then finally, Zentrix. Even more so than Onslaught, British Metallica to me, because especially those early albums, there's so much And Justice for All and Master of Puppets influence on those albums, like Shattered Existence, For Whose Advantage. Then after that, in the 90s, they went down the groove metal route, but then 7 Words, when it came out 2 years ago, that was amazing, so I'm putting them in great. So there's our thrash ranking.
Let's go doom metal.
Doom metal? If they even have a list, let's see.
I think so.
Doom metal.
Traditional doom metal.
They actually don't even have a doom metal list. They got for albums, but not. Oh, wait. Doom metal subgenre. Oh, it's just
subgenre.
Let's go progressive metal next.
Yeah. Modern prog metal bands or prog metal bands?
Here we go, progressive metal. Oh, still just a small list. Progressive metal and rock, still small.
Still small.
Any progressive metal bands? Okay, this one's a little more substantial. But wait, let me look. Still not enough, though, and they're missing some key ones. Why? Let me look at this one. Extensive. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so let me do the greatest. Great. Good. Average. Not my thing. And haven't heard or enough. Okay, so this first one, I have no idea. Aeon Zen, I don't know. Age of Nemesis. Okay, this is a band, I know the name, but I haven't listened to anything, so. Agora, again, don't know. Okay, The Alchemist. This is a band I've heard some good things about, but I haven't checked them out. So I'll put them at the bottom tier. Aetherian, I don't know. So yeah, they definitely put in some bands that we don't know about. Then again, prog metal is kind of hard to like find the good stuff. Same with this one. Okay, here we go. Anacrusis. So Anacrusis are more prog thrash, and from what I heard, they're actually an amazing band. So I'll put them in great. They actually opened for Death back in the day, so that's pretty.
That's
sweet.
Interesting.
Ag band, don't know.
No.
Animals as leaders. Okay, so some instrumental stuff. From what I heard, they're musical wizards, but for me, not quite my thing. But I can acknowledge they are very good players, so I'll put them in good. I don't know this. Don't know. You know what? I might as well just not even bother with like, don't know. So just all right. Aviation song. Arion. So Arion, Arjun, musical legend, great. Even though I need to get some of the albums because holy shit. All right, the hell is that? Benta Beach?
I have no idea.
Beyond Twilight? No. Big Elf.
Big Elf.
This is a band. Big Elf is a band I need to check out. I've heard some good things. So I'll put them in. Haven't heard, but I need to. Blind Illusion. We brought them up earlier in the Thrash list. Average, just because it's like peaks and valleys again. BT Band.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Great.
I just recently got Automata 2, and you'll see that in an upcoming update. So I'm slowly getting BT Bam albums. Burst. Even though they're kind of almost like post-metal as well, they're a band I need to check out.
Caligula's Horse. Now we're talking.
I checked out the last album, and it was pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them in good. Circus Maximus. I have listened to these guys. They're more like prog power metal, like a hybrid, but they're good. Candiria. Not really prog, more mathcore, alternative metal, but it's solid. I'll put it in average. Coheed and Cambria.
Ooh.
From what I mean, I've listened to some of their stuff, and while it's got some of that like post-hardcore influence in there, I still like it. I'll put it in good. Communic. This is a band I've heard like Cover Killer Nation give a lot of hype about. I actually haven't checked them out, so I need to. Same with Conception. Cronian. So this is a band with Wintersorg, formerly of Borknagar. I need to check them out. Cynic. First two albums, Focus and Traced and Air, are amazing. And then after that, it's been a little spotty.
Probably
but
good.
I'll put them in great just based on those first two albums. Dark Suns, I don't know. Devin Townsend at the top.
Yeah.
You have to
Devin
go heavy
Townsend.
up there.
Yeah.
Distorted Harmony, I don't know. Dream Theater.
Dream Theater.
I'm going to be ranking them in August, and I got a lot of listening to do for that.
Okay.
But I still say they have to go at the top.
Yeah. Dream Theater minus the Astonishing and probably the debut album, but everything else is pretty solid. Legendary, yeah.
Dysrhythmia, I haven't checked out. Earthside. Echoes of Eternity. This is a band that's very enticing for me, but I'll put them in haven't heard, but I need to check them out. Edge of Sanity. Top.
Yeah.
Pioneers of prog death. Prog mellow death. I mean, despite a couple albums being okay, even when they were more classic death metal and then mellow death and prog death, but simply just based on Spectral Sorrows, Purgatory Afterglow, and the two Crimson albums. They have to be at the top based on that. Enchant, this is a band I need to check out. Evergrey. I've become a pretty big fan of like their recent stuff, like their last 3 or 4 awesome progressive power metal. More prog, but with some power metal. I'm putting them in great. They got some good shit. Fate's Warning.
Ooh,
they have to go pretty high there because they're kind of pioneers. Haken. I've listened to some Haken, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm putting them in great. Intervals, don't know that one. Carnival, that's kind of like prog meets alternative. From what I heard, it's pretty fun. I'll put them in average just because I need to check out more of their stuff. Chalice. Leprous. I need to check out Leprous, but I'll do everyone a solid. I'll put them in at least good. Same with Liquid Tension Experiment, which is Mike Portnoy and John Petrucci.
Yeah.
Luna's Sail. Don't know. Oh, Meshuggah. Meshuggah, in my opinion, is one of the more overrated bands, but they're still great. It's just I'm average. Not so into them.
Maybe.
Well, no, average would be a crime. I'll put, based on the strength of like Destroy, Erase, Improve, Violent Age of Reason, Violent Sleep of Reason, and then a couple albums like Obzin. I'll put them in great.
Yeah.
Myrith, who have an album coming out pretty soon. I like what they have, so I'll put them in good. Neobliviscaris
Ooh,
to the top.
amazing.
Extreme prog metal beauty, mixing death metal and black metal and mellow death. I don't know that one. Oblivion. This is a band I've heard a lot about. I need to check out. Opeth goes
at
to
the top. Top.
Can't tell. Olden, Oregon, not sure.
No.
Pain of Salvation. This is an interesting one because they're Swedish, but they kind of have more of the prog rock and Faith No More kind of vibe. But from what I heard, it's really cool, so I'll put them in great. I can't tell that one. Oh God, here we go. We finally reached Periphery. Musically, they're talented. They may overload. They kind of sound like they're running out of ideas, but I'll put them in not my thing because please get someone who can actually sing and not a fucking emo vocalist, please. That's all I ask. Anyways, all right, these next few, I don't know. Porcupine Tree. Oh, God. Porcupine Tree's tough because, like, the 90s and their last album, definitely more prog rock. But their 2000 stuff, prog metal, and they did it just as well as anybody else, especially Fear of a Blank Planet. That's an amazing album. So, just based on impact, I'm going to put them at the top.
Really? Oh.
Prospect is a band I need to check out. Protest the Hero. So this is a tricky one because similar to Periphery, super talented musicians, but I'm not so into the vocals. Again, too much of that like hardcore vibe. Oh man, Queensryche.
Okay. Right. Legacy was
80s and Empire classics. After that, they started to suck until they got rid of Jeff Tate, and ever since Todd LaTorre's come in, they've been on a roll. So, but based on impact and legacy, they have to go to the top, despite quality issues. Redemption, supergroup band, I really like. I'm going to put them in good. Rhapsody of Fire.
That's an odd one. That's more like a power metal band.
Symphonic power metal, but there is prog in there too. And I've loved their last two albums, and of course their impact. I like it. Rush to the top.
To the top, yeah.
They have to go at the top. Don't know. Scale to Summit. Seventh Wonder I need to check out. Same with Shadow Gallery and Sixth and Sons of Apollo.
No.
Sleep Token. If I had trash, I'd put them in trash, but I'll put them in not my thing.
Yeah, all right.
Spock's Beard, I need to check out. Don't know. Symphony
X. Pretty good, actually.
Like progressive power metal. I'll put them in great.
Yeah.
I'll put them in great.
Yeah.
Tangerine Circus, I should check out.
Tesseract.
This, in my opinion, is what Periphery should be in terms of vocals. Daniel Tompkins is a talented singer, and that last album, War of Being, is phenomenal. I'm putting them in great. Tesseract rules. The Human Abstract, I need to check out. Don't know that one. Threshold. This is a band I need to check out. Tool. This is gonna probably piss people off. I'm putting them at the top.
Yeah.
Because every album's amazing. Even Fear Inoculum, guys. I like that album.
I still need to get Fear Inoculum, and it's still fucking expensive.
I was lucky that I got it for like $14.
Yeah, but they need to reissue that album eventually.
Or release new copies. I don't know. Waltari. Finnish prog alternative metal that features Sammy, the lead guitarist of Creator, and Barren Earth. From what I've heard, it's fantastic, so I'll put them in good. Violet, don't know. And then Watchtower, good. Again, the vocals kind of ruin it for me a little bit, but musically, I mean, they're so technical, so there we go. I'm shocked that Mastodon wasn't on this list. Same with Baroness, Death, Black Crown Initiate, Obscura should have been on this list. There's a lot of bands they were missing. Enslaved, they were missing. Gojira, they were missing. Yeah, there were still some big ones missing on here.
Let's go Gothic metal. Didn't have any Gothic metal ones.
Gothic metal bands. Here we go. Any substantial ones? Holy shit, there is so much, and I probably won't even know. Okay, 69 Eyes. I'll have to let you, because with a lot of these, I'm not going to know it.
All right. So 69 Eyes. I know who they are. Not really my thing, actually.
So indifferent.
Yeah.
Can't tell that one. After Forever. After Forever is not Gothic. They're symphonic metal. But I guess if we want to include them, I'll say they're okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, Anathema. Your favorite band to talk shit on.
Okay, Anathema. The first 5 albums are pure classics. After that, they can go fuck themselves. But if I were to say, just for the 5 albums, their legacy in not just Death Doom, but in Gothic metal and goth rock, I probably put them at they're okay in that category.
All right. Don't know. Atrocity. Now, Atrocity is weird because they started out as a death metal band, like in the vein of Death, and then after, I guess, because I forget who's the founding member, but he married Liv Christine from Theater of Tragedy and Leaves Eyes, and then they changed. I'll say I haven't heard enough. I can't tell. Ava Inferni, Inferi, don't know. Battlelore. Battlelore, aren't they power metal?
I think they're power metal.
That sounds like a power metal name.
I think they are.
Oh, Before the Dawn. Beseech.
Bethlehem. Is that Bethlehem?
Bethlehem, yeah.
Oh, that's weird because Bethlehem's more of a depressive suicidal black metal thing, honestly, from Germany. But okay,
where would you put them on here?
They're not really Gothic metal. But if I had to choose, I mean, I like them. I'd say they're okay, honestly.
Cadaveria, which I remember that's the woman who formed Opera 9 back in the day. But I haven't listened to them.
Yeah.
Same with Celestial Season.
Oh,
Celtic Frost.
Celestial Seasons is really good. I put them probably, I'd like them. They're pretty amazing.
And then Celtic Frost. So based on 2, maybe 3 albums. So Into the Pandemonium for the more Gothic side. Vanity Nemesis, even though that's more like thrash, classic metal. Monotheist, though. Like Monotheist with like Gothic, Death Doom. That album's a masterpiece, so they have to go up to love them. All right. I can't tell this one.
No, can't tell either.
Sharon, I don't know. Cradle of Filth.
Okay. This is going to be weird. Saw them live, fucking amazing live, but I don't know. Cradle of Filth is one of those bands that really don't. I mean, yeah, they kind of are in that Gothic metal kind of thing, but I see them more symphonic at times.
Black metal occasionally.
But in terms of their legacy in Gothic metal, very influential. I probably put them at them. Really like them.
I mean, my whole thing with Cradle of Filth is if Danny Filth would quit doing those stupid baby squeals, I would be a bigger fan of of him in Cradle of Filth. But it's when he's doing that. It's like, can you please just stick to like black metal shrieks, death growls, and the low gothic cleans? Stop doing the baby squeals. That's all I ask. Crematory, which that is a name I've heard of, but I need to check them out. I can't tell.
Can't tell.
Dark Tranquility. So even though they're more melodeath, they do have some gothic overtones. I would probably put them in like some. They're okay. Yeah. Dark Seed.
Never heard of them, actually. I've heard good things.
Darbwell. Don't know.
No.
Darzamat.
No idea.
Dawn of Solace.
No idea.
Ooh, Daylight Dies. Even though that's more mellow death
doom.
But from what I heard, they're basically like American Swallow the Sun.
Yeah.
So I guess based on that, probably put them and like them.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell. Devilment.
I don't think I've heard of them before.
Diabolic.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
Can't tell.
Draconian.
That's a band I need to check out.
They're more Death Doom, too, more mellow Death Doom, but they got some Gothic stuff too. Probably unlike them.
All right, I can't tell. End of Green. Insoft. Entwine. What about Entwine?
Never heard of them.
All right, can't tell. Eternal Tears of Sorrow. I feel that's more symphonic death metal, not gothic. But from what I heard, it's pretty good. So I'll put them in up here. Evergrey. Why is Evergrey here? They're not.
Were they at the beginning? Were they at the beginning?
No, they've always been like power metal, lenient prog metal. Like why? The Fall of Leaves.
No.
Niflheim. Flowing Tears.
No.
For My Pain.
No.
Foreshadowing.
Wait. Go back. The Foreshadowing. Yes, Foreshadowing. Absolutely love them. Fucking amazing. Love them to death. Love them.
Funeral.
No.
Well, I've heard of the name and I've heard a song of theirs, and it's like hybrid of gothic metal and funeral doom, and it's pretty good. But I'll put in indifferent. Galadriel.
No.
The Gallery.
The
Gathering. I will immediately put them up at Love Them.
Yeah.
Ghost Brigade.
No.
Godgory. Gospel of the Witches.
They sound familiar, bro. I don't think I've never heard of them before.
Graveworm. That's a name that I've heard, but haven't checked out. Green Carnation. I'm immediately going to put them in Love Them. Prog, Gothic metal with Chord, formerly of Emperor and Blood Red Throne. I mean, Light of Day, Day of Darkness is a 1-hour song. It's brilliant. Haggard. Again, that's symphonic death doom.
Haggard, that's more of a bit folky too.
Symphonic death doom.
Yeah.
But based on their work, I mean, I would put them on the list, but same with Evergrey. Why are they here? Hanging Garden.
Nope.
Hangman's Chair.
Nope. Can't
tell that. And then
him at the very fucking top. I don't care. They're my absolute favorites. Saw Villevalo live last year. Fucking amazing.
How I Like a Winter. Never heard of that.
Never heard of them.
Hibernoid. In Solitude. I feel In Solitude, isn't that more like classic heavy metal?
I think so. Unless there's another In Solitude.
There could be another. Yeah, In Solitude, they're not gothic. They're more classic heavy metal, like Merciful Fate. Yeah. In the Woods. Again, that's kind of more like black metal, experimental. Catatonia to the top.
Yeah.
I will immediately say Catatonia to the top. No question. Why is King Diamond here?
What?
What is wrong with these people?
What? King Diamond?
Evergrey, Haggard, King Diamond.
I mean, of all those bands, King Diamond would make sense of like inspiring Gothic metal, but he's not really Gothic metal.
I mean, it's classic metal. Come on. Don't know.
Don't know.
Can't tell. Crypteria.
Don't know.
Don't know. Lacrimosa. That's a pretty big one.
I've heard of them. Need to listen to more. Lacuna Coil.
That's a band kind of similar to In Flames, where it's like their old stuff was great, and then after that, it's like the soul got sucked out of them.
They're okay. I think they're okay.
Yeah, I'll put them in okay. Leaves Eyes. Again, that's more symphonic and folky. Not really Gothic. Legenda, don't know. Can't tell. Something Dreams. Is it Intense?
No.
The hell is that? Lord of the Lost.
No.
Love Like Blood. Lullacry. That's actually a pretty good name. Macbeth. The Man-Eating Tree. Don't know. Can't tell. Midnight Soul.
Never heard of them.
Norwegian, I think. Mindrod, Mono Ink, Monumentum, Moonspell.
Yeah. Love them. Yeah. Yeah. Gothic metal from Portugal.
My Dying Bride.
Love them. Yep. Love them.
Morrigan or Morgion.
No, I haven't heard of them.
I've heard the name, but I haven't checked them out. Knife Face. November's
Doom. Okay.
So that's kind of like
that's pretty
Death
much
Doom, prog, Gothic hybrid.
Pretty much.
I would probably put them near the top. Probably put them and love them. I need to check out their stuff though.
Pretty much the American Swallow Sun.
Before Swallow the Sun though.
Yeah.
October or November.
Oh,
I need to check out them.
Yes, they were pretty good. So I put them at
like them,
yeah.
All right, now to
October
Tide. I like them. I actually like that last album that came out. All right, On Thorns I Lay. Again, that's more Death Doom. I'll put them in love because those last two albums.
Yes.
I need to get them. Opera 9. Again, that's pioneering symphonic black metal. Pantheist, whatever. Paradise Lost to the top.
Yeah.
They have to go at the top. All right. Can't tell. Don't know.
No, never mind. Continue.
Piston, Poison Black, Psycho Center, Psychonaut, Pyogenesis.
No.
Ram said, "Why is Rammstein here?"
What? I saw that. I was like, "Why is Rammstein of all bands?"
Rapture. Remember, it's Rotting Christ. Okay, Rotting Christ to the top.
Yeah.
Even though it's like they've had Gothic overtones. Like I actually got two of them. Triarchy of the Lost Lovers and A Dead Poem. Those are like Gothic black metal albums.
But they're more black metal.
But they were still more black metal, but with Gothic overtones. Yeah. But still, they have to be at the top just based on overall. Sadness, I don't know. Samael's not Gothic! They were black metal at the start and then symphonic industrial. What is wrong with you? All right. Samsa Trom. Don't know. I can't tell.
Wait. That's Saturnus? Yeah, that is Saturnus.
That is Saturnus.
That is Saturnus.
I'd probably put them in Love 'Em because I actually like that last one.
What the hell? There's a lot of Death Doom here.
Well, I mean, Death Doom and Gothic kind of.
Yeah.
Savior Machine.
Savior Machine. They're more Christian more, but they're okay. Not the biggest fan, but I'll give them a listen.
Sentenced. So that's interesting because they were originally one of the pioneers of Finnish death metal, and then they became Gothic, and a lot of people did not like that. People preferred their death metal or melodic death metal stuff from the 90s. Where would you put Sentenced?
Probably they're okay. right in the middle.
On their Gothic stuff, whereas if I'm checking out Sins, check out their death metal stuff. Septic Flesh, again, that's symphonic death metal. Shape of Despair. I've heard the name, but I haven't listened to them.
Yeah, same with me. I've heard it, but
Silent Scream of a Goddess Elegy. Don't know.
no.
Sins of the Beloved. Sirena. That's a band I've actually heard some stuff from.
I've never heard them.
They're kind of like a hybrid of Gothic metal and Death Doom. So I'll put them here. Okay. Sistra. Slumber.
No.
Scream of Passion stuff. Swallow the Sun again.
Even though that's very fucking top.
Even though again that's more melodic Death Doom with Gothic overtones.
I know, but still.
But yeah. Theater of Tragedy.
Ooh.
I think based on influence they go at the top.
Theater of Tragedy, yeah.
Theatres des Vampires.
No, I
haven't checked them out, but I've heard the name.
Therion.
Therion, again, that's symphonic metal, not Gothic. It's not Gothic, it's symphonic. And early on, it was death metal.
Mm-hmm.
Throes of Dawn, can't tell. Tiamat to the top.
Yeah, Tiamat, yeah.
Have to go with Tiamat. Even their early death metal stuff, like Neck and Neck with Left Hand Path. To Die For. Trail of Tears. That's an interesting one because their vocalist, Ronnie, did vocals on the demo for Blood Red Throne before their debut. Trail of Tears, I hear a lot of good things. I'll probably put them and like them.
Mm-hmm.
Trees of Eternity.
At the very fucking top.
Yes.
I mean, if you have Swallow Sun, you gotta have...
Tribulation. Great.
Great, yeah.
Even their early raw death metal stuff and now blackened death Gothic metal. And it's awesome. Tribunal. Never heard of. Triptychon to the top.
Oop,
where did it go?
Where did it go? It disappeared. Triptychon. Oh, there it is.
Here it is.
There it is.
Triptychon to the top because it's basically the continuation of Monotheist.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's also Death Doom as well. Tristania, they have to go in great or love them. Mm-hmm. Typo Negative, the greatest of them all. No questions asked, the best of them all. Unsun, I don't know. Unto Others.
Ooh, saw them live. Pretty good. I'll probably put them at like them.
Veil of Thorns, it looks like.
Sounds familiar.
Virgin Black. Again, kind of more symphonic doom.
Probably, yeah.
Because they're non-Gothic to me. Visceral Evisceration. That sounds more like a death metal name. The Vision Bleak.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Why the hell is Witherscape here? That is not Gothic metal. That is progressive rock meets melodic death metal. Dan Swano. Why is this band on Gothic? It's not Gothic. So no. Wolverine. So that was Nurgle's band. Don't know. Woods of Ypres to the top. Basically Canadian Agalock Typo Negative. Wait, where the hell did it go?
Oh wait, go back. Keep going. You were just literally right there. On your left? I mean on your right.
Thanks.
Right. Down. On your right more.
Oh, here
right
we go. Yeah. To the top. I need to get their albums though.
Yeah, same with me.
Worm Food, I don't know. Wicked Witch with Wise.
Never heard.
Xanderia. I have heard this band, and from what I've heard, it's pretty solid, but I'm going to put in indifferent. And then I can't tell that last one. But yeah, then why Evergrey? Why Haggard? Why King Diamond?
Why Rammstein?
Rammstein? Why Witherscape?
So weird.
This is the weirdest, dumbest one of them all, but at least there's a lot of key ones on here. Let's do classic metal.
Yeah, classic metal.
Or heavy metal.
Heavy metal, yeah.
Actually, real quick, I need to take a leak. So if you want to talk to everybody real quick.
Yeah, go for it. All right. Well, leave us chicken and egg. How's everybody been doing? Let's see here. See, let me go to the messages. Let's see. Is there anything? Give me just a second. Is there anything that let's see. No, boss, Ramshackle. God damn it, boss. Are you kidding me? Come on, boss. Don't be a troll. All right. Let's see any other messages. But honestly, this is one of the weirdest lists out there. Have like Rammstein something on the list, having like freaking. I mean, then again, somehow maybe later on, but early on, they were more black metal. Or what was another band that kind of was out there? Shit, I'm forgetting the rest of the list here. What was the other band? But yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my god. Oh, I felt like I pissed in the 2-liter. Filled up a 2-liter. It was so much.
Boss being
feels like my bladder just got pinched.
Boss is being a troll, naming Rammstein the greatest goth metal band of all.
I saw that. Oh my god.
Heavy metal band list. On your right. There we go. That one.
No, they have. No, that's not what we're thinking. Swedish metal bands.
Okay, we got.
Here we go.
We got a good variety.
We got a pretty good list. All right, a Gonorious Quintet. I don't know.
Never heard of them.
Amaranth. Well, again, actually, let me change the greatest. Great. I'll do average. Not my thing. And never heard enough / at all. All right, so put that there. Amaranth, not my thing. It's not for me. I'm on a Mars. Great.
Saw them live. Fucking amazing.
And Arch Enemy. Average.
At the gates.
To the top.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar. Not my thing. Not my thing at all.
Yeah. Bathory. The greatest.
To the top.
Bloodbath.
To the top. Because it's essentially all the great musicians of Sweden in one, as well as a Brit.
Yeah. Candlemass.
Oh, man.
At the top, honestly.
Carnage. Only one album, but it's a phenomenal album. I'll put him in great. It's essentially Michael Amott with Dismember. Dark Funeral.
I put them at great.
They have a bad rep of good album, bad album, good album. Like the bluish album covers, good to great. The red, orange covers, no.
All right, let's put them at average.
I'll put them in average.
Dark Tranquility.
Good / average.
Yeah.
Dark Tranquility will go in there too. This one I can't tell. It might be Dawn. I think it's Dawn. Let me take a look. Dawn. Yep, Dawn. So essentially it's like similar to Dissection, mellow death meets black metal. I need to check them out, so I'll put them here. And they only have 2 albums. So, Diabolical Masquerade. Some proggy, avant-garde, atmospheric black metal featuring Anders from Catatonia and Bloodbath and Dan Swano. I have 1 album, and it's great, so I'll put them in great. Dismember. to the top.
Yeah.
Same with Dissection. Same with Edge of Sanity.
Sanity.
And same with Entombed. Okay, this one I can't tell,
read.
so I'll put there.
Yeah.
Gate looks like Gate Sphere. Don't know.
Ghost.
Where will Ghost lie?
Okay. Okay, the first 3 albums, amazing. Prequel, the most debatable one. Imperial, a bit better than Prequel, even though Prequel's kind of, I like Prequel.
Me too.
But overall, I'd say they're good. Overall.
Great. I haven't listened to enough, and they also have a few albums, so I'll put them in good. Hammerfall. I have a Hammerfall album, and it's a great one. I'll put them in good. Hypocrisy to the top. In Flames immediately goes in average. Istap or just Stap, I don't know. Catatonia.
Yeah, at the top.
Lord Belial. Awesome black metal. I'm going to put them in great. Marduk.
Great.
Meshuggah. They have to go there.
Great.
Morbid. Doe Dead.
Probably put them at great.
Okay, I can't tell that one.
No.
Necrophobic to the top. In my opinion, the greatest blackened death band of all time, and the Pioneers. Opeth to the top, obviously. Pain of Salvation. Put them in great. Sabaton. Where does Sabaton lie?
I'm going to put them at great.
I mean, I like some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Sacramentum, similar to Dawn and Dissection. I'm shocked. Wait, maybe... No, that's not... Oh, no, here we go. Naglfar. I was trying to think, maybe this is Naglfar. Naglfar I'll put in good. Same with Sacramentum. Sacrilege. That's not the British Sacrilege. Scar Symmetry. Proggy Melodeath. I listened to the last album. It was excellent. I'll put them in good.
Shining. Oof. Depressive Suicidal Black Metal.
Prog Black Metal.
Homestead 5. That album fucked me up for like a good while. I need to listen to the rest, but from what I've heard, it's good. I put them at good.
Silencer. Which is another depressive suicidal band. I'm going to say, for me, not my favorite.
Soilwork.
This is tough because they have some great albums, and then they have some albums that are average. The last couple, or actually the last several, like since the 2010s, have been very good, so I'll put them in good. The Halo Effect, essentially In Flames old school. It was a good album. I'll put them in good. The Haunted. This is hard because... First 4, great, good to great. Then they had that one album, Unseen, which was horrible, but their last couple have gotten better. I'll still put them in great. They're like, early on, they're like Swedish Slayer. Unanimated. More mellow death meets black metal. First album's great, and the last album was really good, so I'll put them in great.
I need to listen to them more.
Unleashed. Okay, this is tough because their first 2 are great, and then after that, it's been super inconsistent. I'll put them in good.
Good.
I can't tell that one. And then
Watain.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good one for Sweden. As far as any that were missing, Missing in Mourning, Wretched Fate, for a newer band.
Yeah.
Rune Magic, they were missing. Let's see, anybody else that was missing that were big, at least in Sweden?
I think they got all the big ones.
Pretty much all of the big ones, but for like any other cult bands that were well respected,
I'm not sure. Trying to remember any newer bands.
Oh, God Macabre from the early days of the death metal scene. God Macabre, Gorement, the same thing. Let me look behind me for any reference. They were missing Evergrey. Who else? Oh, Gates of Ishtar, they were forgetting. Vinterland. I'm on Metal Archives just to see any others that were maybe missing that were kind of big. Repugnant. Missing Repugnant, Morbus Kron. Merciless. How do you not have Merciless? Same with Tiamat. How is Tiamat not on here? Tribulation, they were missing. Yeah, there was still a lot they were missing. All right, let's take a look at.
Let's go British metal bands.
If they even have one.
I think they should.
Apparently not.
Power metal? You want to go with?
Let's see. Well, let me look. Progressive / melodic death metal bands. Okay, a lot of these I don't know. Well, actually, we could probably do them.
Yeah, we could probably do them.
Okay, let me change the categories again. Haven't heard of / enough, and then not my thing / trash. Okay, so this one I don't know.
No.
Or this one.
No.
Aetherus, I'm not that familiar with. Alkaloid. Okay, Alkaloid. Essentially, supergroup of former members of Obscura and Necrophagist. And holy shit, they are incredible. So I'm going to put them in great. And Abstract Illusion.
Oh,
I'm putting them at
the top. Yeah.
Because that last album, Glow, oh my God, that was a masterpiece. I need to get the Illuminate the Path and their EP, and then I'd have everything. I can't tell that one. Barren Earth. So that's prog, mellow, death doom featuring Sammy, of course, from Creator. I need to check them out, but from what I heard, it's phenomenal, so I'll put them in great. Bellacore from Australia. They're good. Black Crown Initiative to the top. In my opinion, the best prog death metal band in the States right now. Brenier, I don't know. Can't tell that one.
No.
Don't know that one. Dark Oath.
Don't know that
name.
one.
I'm not sure. Actually, let me see. I feel like I may have listened to Dark Oath. Yes, I did. They're from Portugal. That album, Ages of Man, that was actually some really good stuff. Actually, let me see what I rated it. Dark Oath. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was pretty solid. I'll put it in good average. Descend, I don't know. Can't tell that one. Disillusion. All right, so basically almost like German Opeth. I think they're great. Duskmorn. Don't know.
No.
I have
no idea.
Fallujah. Okay, so they had one really good one in 2016, but other than that, not really my thing. Fractal Gates, haven't checked out. Is that Hearts of Despair? Can't tell. Half. Oh my God. I need to check out their earlier stuff, but that last album, all that was promised. I need that album. It is incredible. Great. Basically like progressive Blackened to Death, like a mixture of Bloodbath and Behemoth. Ipetus, I've listened to some of their stuff. Yeah. It is like American Insomnium, In Mourning, the Oblivious Scars hybrid. Speaking of In Mourning, They're going in great. Same with Insomnia. In Vain. I think In Vain's got a new album coming out this year. Let me check.
I thought it was
coming out in April. Coming out in April, and I need to check out their stuff. But from what I heard, it's fantastic. Iotune, Danish mellow death band. I need to get that album Access All Worlds, and I heard it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Catatonia
at the top.
Lamentations, I don't know. Same with Lore. This band we saw. Don't know. Why does this Moonshade logo look exactly like Mastodon?
I don't know.
It's like the same font. Let me actually search them up. Moonshade. Okay, not that one. Here it is. Yeah, their logo is exactly like Mastodon. They're from Portugal as well. Bands are compared to Insomnium, Metalcore, Omnium Gatherum, Amon Amarth, Dark Tranquility. So some pretty good ones. So I guess based on that, they'll go in good. Can't tell that one. Nea Obliviscaris to the top. Don't know. Omnium Gatherum, great. Opeth to the top. Can't tell that one. Persephone, great. Can't tell that one. Rivers of Nile.
Oh, Rivers of Nile.
I need to dig into further, but from what I've heard, it's great.
Great.
I can't tell that. Spires, I don't know.
No.
Storm.
Sounds like Strong Man.
Or it might have been Sovereign Sunless. Swallow the Sun to the
top. At the top.
Can't tell that. Can't tell that. Can't tell that. Wait, I don't know.
No.
Warforged. Is this the same Warforged that I'm thinking of? Yes, this is the same one. So yeah, Chicago Prague Blackened Death Band. They're actually pretty good, so I'll put them in good. Whitestone, I don't know.
Never heard of them.
White Ward. Okay, so this is a band that's been hyped up. I honestly feel they got a ton of hype because they're from the Ukraine. But from what I've heard, they write great stuff, so I'll put them in great. Wilderun. American Opeth. I'm putting them in great. Like, that last album, Epigon, was beautiful. Don't know that one. Windfarer. Don't know. Winter Sun. Controversial because they're fucking lazy. I'll put them in good. And then Witherscape, more Dan Swano, they go up top. Yeah. How is Edge of Sanity not on this list? They should have been on.
I don't know.
Same with Obscura. But whatever. Let's go melodic death metal bands.
Ooh, yeah. Metal death metal bands
version. Okay, that's not enough.
No.
Okay, I think this is pretty usable.
Okay.
And they've already changed the names. All right, so Scar Symmetry, good. Carcass,
the best.
At the Gates, at the top.
Yeah.
Kalma. I listened to the last one and it was really good. I'll put them in good. Amon Amarth. Great. Children of Bodom.
I think they're good. I think put them at good.
Yeah, it's like they've had some albums I don't care for, but some that are amazing. Dark Tranquility, good. Why the hell is Devil Driver here? That's groove metal. Dissection at the top. Soilwork, good. Hypocrisy at the top. Cataclysm.
Ooh.
Again, kind of one of those that's like up and down. Like, I like more of their raw, traditional death metal stuff, but I'll put them in good. In Flames, I'll put them in okay just because of their bounce with Arch Enemy. Insomnium, great. Swallow the Sun,
top.
Orbit Culture, this is a band that I've been seeing so much hype for, and I've not checked them out. But I hear a lot of people love them. So I'll just put them in unknown. Solution 45, haven't listened to.
Don't know.
Diablo, don't know. Allegian. This is, I'm putting them at the top because They mesh tech death, melodeath, and prog so fucking well. Like I've listened to their last 3 or 4, and that last one, Damn Them, when it came out in 2022. That is like one of the most emotional roller coasters of an album ever, especially that song called Home. If we were to redo the saddest songs list, that would be on my list now because, it deals with depression, suicide, but it's still got brutal moments, but it reminds me a lot of Opeth on Ghost Reveries, essentially. Even the vocals. But yeah, Alba Legion, amazing. Darkest Hour, that's kind of a tricky one because they're like melodeath and metalcore. But from what I heard, they're good, so I'll put them in good. Morris Principum EST, that's a band I need to check out, so I'll put them there. Silosis, I feel like that's more thrash. And that last album wasn't that good, so I'll put them in okay. Amorphous to the top.
Top, yeah.
I think that's Darkane, I think.
I have no idea.
I've checked them out and they're good. Don't know that one. Again, the Haunted, that's more thrash. But again, I'll put them in great. Winter Sun, good. Black Dahlia.
At the top, yeah. Therion?
That's
Therion?
No, I think that's Disillusion. Let me look.
Oh, I thought it looked like Therion.
Let me check the album covers. Yep, that is Disillusion. And they go in great. Edge of Sanity to the top. Sacramentum, good. The Crown, again, that's more thrash, but I'll put them in great. Don't know that one. Intestine Ballism, a.k.a. Japanese Carcass, Dismember, Edge of Sanity. I need to check out their stuff, and from what I've heard, it's incredible, so I'll put them in great. Devil Driver, no. That's not melodeath, that's groove metal. Let's see if there's a Death Doom list.
Oh, God. Death
Doom bands.
50 doom metal albums, best doom metal albums, traditional doom metal debut albums, death metal bands, old school.
Actually, let's take a look at death metal bands, old school.
It's just the album covers. Old school. How about?
Let's try
power metal.
Let me try brutal death metal. If they've done a brutal death metal list on here, no, not anywhere, motherfucker. What about technical death metal bands? Some tech death bands. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
right, this is a somewhat substantial list. All right, so Allegiant, putting them in great. Alter Beast, never heard of. Can't tell that one. Arcspire, they're good, but it's just a little too wanky for me, but I'll still put them in really good. Archaic, don't know. Arsis, now that's like tech death meets thrash, but from what I heard, they're great, so I'll put them in great. Artificial Brain, I've been needing to check them out, or I might have listened to the last one and it was okay, but I'll still put them in pretty good. Atheist, at the top. Agri, I've heard the name, but I haven't checked them out. Same with Beneath the Massacre and Beyond Creation. Brain Drill, pretty good, even though that's also like brutal tech death. Cynic, great. Death to the top. Decapitated, great. Decrepit Birth, pretty good. In Holy Darkness, I don't know. Fallujah, meh. First Fragment, no. Gorguts, great. Gorod, I checked out that album last year, and it was pretty damn good, so I'll put them there. Inanimate Existence, that's a band I need to hear a new album from. They're pretty good. Don't know. Martyr, so this is a Montreal band. By the way, where's Dying Fetus and Cryptopsy on this list?
I don't know.
And Suffocation, and they're not here. Martyr, pretty good. Necrophagus,
yes.
Great. Neuraxis, need to check out. Nocturnus,
Yes.
pretty good. Obscura, to the top. Odious Mortem, never heard of. Origin, pretty good. Ouroboros, never heard of. Psychroptic, they're pretty good. Revocation, even though that's more tech thrash, I'll put them in great. Rings of Saturn,
no.
Rivers of Nile,
no.
pretty good. Sadist, this band I need to check out. So, but for now, I'll put them in pretty good. Never heard of Son of whatever. Surreption. I think I listened to one album and it was okay, so I'll put them in meh. Spawn of Possession. That's a band I need to check out, but from what I heard, they're great. The Faceless.
Sounds familiar.
It's like early on they were more tech deathcore, then they became prog tech death, almost like Obscura, and it was pretty good, so I'll put them there. Don't know. Absinthe Passage. That's a band I need to check out. Theory and Practice, I don't know. I can't tell this. Where's Ulcerate, too? Don't know. And then Wormed. That's brutal tech death, and it's pretty good. So there was still some missing. Like, there was no Dying Fetus. There was no... Where the fuck was Nile? How do you do a tech death list without Nile? Makes no sense. Now let's try power metal.
Let's try power metal.
Best power metal bands.
Death metal.
Power metal / adjacent bands. Okay, again, it's album covers.
Best metal bands of all time list. One with the rainbow.
That would be way too tough. Oh, son of a bitch.
Let's see. What have we haven't done?
Let's try alternative metal.
Yeah. Oh god, it's gonna be interesting.
If there even is a list. Well, there's albums. Okay, what about this? Still not enough.
Oh.
It's like a lot of these lists, they just don't have enough bands on there.
Let's see. What such
Metalcore. Let's try metalcore.
Oh god.
Metalcore bands.
Oh.
Holy fuck, this is a lot.
This is a lot.
Okay. Breather, I don't know. Any Given Day, I don't know. Avenged Sevenfold, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Emir,
don't know.
Never, ever, for never, ever. Born of Osiris. Okay, so this is like prog metalcore. And from what I heard, they're pretty good. I'll put them in pretty good. Don't know. Alpha Wolf. Issues, fuck that. While She Sleeps, no. Capture the Crown, don't know. Crown the Empire, I don't know. North Lane. BT Bam, okay, their first couple albums had metalcore touches, but then after that, they became prog metal or even prog death metal. But they go at the top.
All That Remains.
All That Remains, okay, 2000 stuff is great. After that, really spotty. But I'll put them in pretty good.
Pretty good.
We butter bread with butter. What the fuck? Novelist, no. Why is Slipknot their metalcore? But if we're going to include Slipknot, I guess I'll put them in Crank It Up every time. Tesseract, okay, so there is some, but that's, again, more prog, but I'm putting them up at Crank It Up. Volumes.
Don't know.
Same with Veil of Maya. August Burns Red. This band I hear does some good stuff, so I'll put them in pretty good. Make Me Famous, no. After Burial, no. Abandon All Ships, no. No. Fuck I See Stars, no. You know what? I might as well not even bother moving these. Sworn In, no. I Prevail, no.
Fuck no.
Heaven Shall Burn. German band that also has some melodeath touches. I'd say they're tolerable. Under Oath. I'd say more their early stuff when they were a little more black metal and death metal inspired. I'll put them in pretty good. Escape the Fate, tolerable. Whitechapel, tolerable. Ice Nine Kills. This is another one of them hype bands that I just can't get into, but I'll put them intolerable. Stick to Your Guns, no. Black Veil Brides, no. Woe Is Me, no. Attack, no. Suicide Silence. Apparently their last album was really good because it was more traditional death metal than anything else. I'll put them intolerable, mainly because I guess their early stuff wasn't bad and the new album was really good, but then they have had shit ones. Currents, Betraying to Mars, Demon Hunter. I heard they're tolerable. Parkway Drive. I actually don't mind Parkway Drive. They're pretty solid. I'll put them in pretty good. Bad Omens. No. Bring Me the Horizon, no. A Day to Remember, no. Attila, no. The Browning, no. Periphery. I'll be nice and put them intolerable because at least musically they're not bad. Please get a better singer. Memphis Mayfire, no. Blessed to Fall, no. Falling Reverse, no. Wage War, no. Sleeping with Sirens, no. Architects, no. Bullet for My Valentine. Okay. First two albums are great. The third album was okay, and then after that it's been spotty.
Pretty good, just for the
pretty good on the first two albums. Devil Wears Prada, not my thing, but tolerable, I guess. Fit for a King, no. Atreyu, tolerable. And Die Artist Murder, even though that's deathcore, tolerable. We Came as Romans, tolerable. Motionless White, no. The only song I'll bother listening to is Rhea Ripley's theme.
Of Mice and
Men, no. Make Them Suffer. Make Them Suffer's tolerable. All right, where were we? Killswitch Engage to the top.
Yeah.
I'll still listen to Killswitch.
Same.
Chelsea Grin, no. Polaris, no. Trivium, again, they're not metalcore, but I'll put them at the top. Even though I think they're more prog, thrash, melodeath, groove metal hybrid. Ms. May I, no. As I Lay Dying, okay. I love their 2000 stuff, and like their album in 2010 was pretty good. And then I didn't listen to Shaped by Fire, but I think it's great. I'll put and crank it up every time. As you know, Alexander, no. In Flames, why are they here? That's all. That era's more alternative metal, you bastard.
No.
Pierce the Veil, no. Alexis on Fire, tolerable. Got Me at 6, no. Silverstein, fuck no. Avatar's not metalcore, and then Bury Tomorrow is tolerable. So really the only good ones are the ones from pretty good on up. And even at that, like BT Bam doesn't need to be on this list. Trivium, Slipknot, and Tesseract. Avenged Sevenfold I can get because of the early stuff.
Yeah. New metal? We'll try Doom.
Doom metal. Oh, we tried Doom metal earlier.
Yeah. New metal?
Oh, dear Lord, I don't want to do that. It would only be like Korn, Slipknot, and
symphonic metal?
Oh, I forgot an O. Symphonic metal bands. Power metal and symphonic metal.
What the? Wait, there's a lot of doubles.
Yeah, there's too many doubles, so no. I guess they don't have it. Oh, how about progressive rock?
Oh,
progressive rock bands. Progressive rock bands. Not enough, and there's album covers in there too. Let me look at this one. Not quite.
How about glam metal?
Oh boy. Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Not really glam metal, but they were
good.
I'll put them in great because the 70s stuff is untouchable. Alice Cooper.
Just for
Black Veil Brides, cut your freaking hair now. Bon Jovi.
Jovi.
Okay.
Cinderella.
I don't really think of them as glam metal. I think of them as more blues rock, hard rock, like AC/DC. Crazy Licks, Swedish band.
They're all right.
Def Leppard. First 3 albums, great. Hysteria is a nostalgia trip, and then after that, no. So I'll put them in good. Europe. I'm gonna put them in good. Easy O. Cut your freaking hair. Guns N' Roses. First 3 albums.
Yeah.
Kiss. Oh, damn it.
When Kiss took off the makeup, and they had more makeup during that time. They only had like 2 albums during that time.
Kicks.
They're good.
LA Guns. What the fuck?
I put them at okay.
Loudness. I'll put them in great. Motley Crue to the top.
Poison.
It's fun nostalgia, but it's nothing I really want to go.
Quiet Riot at top. Great. Personally, for me.
Don't know that one's. I'll put that there. Skid Row to the top. First 3, even though it was only the self-titled that had any glam metal to it, and then Slave to the Grind, Subhuman Race, those are just classic metal with some speed metal. Steel Panther to the top.
Yeah.
Striper.
Oh, come on. Striper ain't good.
Tesla. Twisted Sister to the top, even though they're not glam metal, they're classic metal. Same with Van Halen. Warrant.
It's just the first 2 albums that everybody knows.
Wasp. White Snake. Winger. Winger, I'll actually put Winger in good because when they're not doing the glammy stuff and they're more proggy, they're pretty solid. And then X Japan.
Oh god, okay. X Japan. Since I love X Japan, I'm gonna lie. But in terms of glam metal, they have the hair, they have the look.
I think they're more power.
They're more a bit heavier band,
All right.
How about Sludge?
I doubt there's going to be any Sludge lists on here. Yeah, not really.
Let's see. What haven't we done? There's no doom metal, which is a shame. No, I was gonna say Funeral Doom, but I don't know that many Funeral Doom bands.
No, probably not. I say for one final, or let's do some metal guitarists.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Metal guitarists. Let's see. Okay, we got
a couple
list. All right, so first it looks like we have Adrian Smith to the top. Alexi Leo from Children of Bodom.
In the middle.
In terms of technique, he's beyond a lot of these guys. I'll put him in A. I can't tell from the picture. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be hard to tell because so.
Yeah, there's some I can't even tell who they are.
Chuck to the top. Dave Murray to the top. Dave Mustaine. Dimebag Darrell. I think that's Pepper Keenan from COC. I'll put him in B. Gary Holt, A.
From Dragon Force.
I forget his name.
Is he from? No, not from Dragon Force. Is it from Dragon Force?
Yeah, he is from Dragon Force. I just can't remember his name. Not Sam. It's Herman Lee. Duh. Herman Lee, B. James Hetfield at the top in terms of riffs. Jason Becker to the top. Jeff Hanneman, A. Joe Duplantier from Gojira. I'll go B. John Petrucci, A, top.
Kerry King,
B.
A, B.
I think that's Kiko from Angra and Megadeth, B. Kirk Hammett, A. Glenn and KK top.
Top.
Marty
Yeah.
Friedman,
Marty
top.
Friedman.
Mick Thompson.
I think it's
Nick
B. I think B.
B.
He would be okay.
Scott Ian,
Ian.
A. Slash,
Flash.
A. Sinister Gates, A. And
Tony Iommi at the very top. But
okay, now I'm trying to figure out the rest here. Oh, Chris Poland, S. I think this is Chris Broderick right here. He's going in A. I want to say, I think this is Paul Gilbert, top. And then just these other two. I can't quite tell who they are. That's what's kind of hard. So at least everybody's a B or higher. I don't know. Let's try metal drummers.
Oof.
Not nearly enough. How about this?
No.
Not nearly enough.
How about metal singers?
Hang on. Let me see if there's maybe any other drum lists. Oh, metal vocalists, probably not enough. Okay, never mind. We got plenty. Dear God, I don't know if I want to do this one. We got fucking Ivan Moody up in here. No, I don't want to do this one. I don't want to give him a ranking. Metal vocalists. Let me try this one.
Not that many.
Not that many, and there was some ones I'm not sure. What about
that one?
Okay, here we go. This is more like it. This is more like it. Okay, so starting off, Michael Ockerfeld.
Michael
top.
Top.
He has to go top. Gall. D.
Yeah, not the greatest.
Christoph from Ulver. I'll actually go A. I actually like his voice, particularly when he was in Borknagar. That was some good stuff. Ozzy he has to go to the top. Will Ramos, no. I mean, he's solid, but again, I prefer the death metal vocalists who actually aren't fully trained and are actually doing crazier shit. John Tardy, top.
Yeah.
Tom Araya, B.
Really?
Yeah, because when it comes to melodic singing, he's not strong.
Yeah.
Vince Neil,
A.
B.
Tom
Angel Ripper, I'm putting him in A in terms of like gruff thrash vocals. Shagraf from Dimmu, B. Howard Jones,
ooh.
I do admit he's got a great voice, so I'll put him in A. Chris Motionless, fuck no. Joe Duplantier, B. Spencer, Ice Nine Kills, no. Afgrav from Marduk, don't know.
No.
John Nodveit from Dissection, A. Rob Halford, top.
At the top.
Rob Flynn, C.
M
Shadows. So recently, his vocals have not been strong, but early on they were pretty good. So I'll put him in B.
Nurgle, probably B.
D. Snyder, A. Jeff Walker, top. Steve Tucker, B. Abuff, top. Alex the Terrible, too processed for me.
Lord
Worm. Just because I love his out of control nature, I'm putting him in A. Frank Mullen, top. Max Cavalera,
A.
B. Attila, A. Surge, A. Dio, top.
Yeah.
Eshawn, A. No, fuck Sleep Token. Chuck, top.
James
Hetfield, top.
Yeah.
King Diamond, top. Jonathan Davis.
I put him at B. I mean,
I'll go B. Host from
Take.
C. That from Gorgoroth. Don't know. Chino. B. Dickie, no. Bruce Dickinson, top. Mortis, Marduk, I'll go B. Barnes. Oh, dear
Oh.
God. Okay, early Cannibal Corpse was great, and after that, not so much. So the balance C.
Yeah.
Joey Belladonna, top.
Manson. B.
B. Fred Durst, fuck no. Danny Filth, oh God. And I just talked about him. If you take out the baby squeals, he's pretty good, so I'll go B.
B.
Alexi, B.
B.
Dead, A. David Vincent, A.
A.
Phil, top. Nocturno Culto, I'll go B. I'll go B.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, especially on like Panzerfaust, they sounded terrible, but I loved the vocals on that album. Dave Mustaine, I'm going
B.
C.
Really? Huh?
Sometimes he sounds good, other times not so much. Peter Steele, top.
Tom G. Ward,
Tom Warrior, A. Jens Kidman, B. Pest from Morgoth, no. Corey Taylor, A.
Lemmy. You gotta go him at the top.
A. No. Fuck Bring Me the Horizon. Jeff Becerra, A. Corpse Grinder, top.
Quarthon.
I'm gonna go A.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go A. Jesse Leach, B. Varg, C. Legion from Marduk. He's at the top for me. In my opinion, the best vocalist Marduk ever had. Randy Bly, A. Chronos, B. And Maniac, B. So they kind of diversified with like the subgenres, which is cool. But some key ones missing. You were missing Dan Swano, Devin Townsend. You were missing.
Who else are they missing?
Ones. Barney Greenway, you were missing. You were missing.
Devin Townsend.
Yeah, I said Devin. Matt Hayfey, you could have had on here. Could have had. Who else?
Who else are we forgetting? Ian Gillan.
Tony Martin. Travis Ryan, I'm shocked wasn't on this list. Johan Hegg. Thomas Lindbergh. Oh, Messiah from Candlemass. I'm shocked wasn't here. All right, let's try metal bassists. All right, let's see how many we got. Okay, we got an okay couple. All right, Alex Webster, top. Cliff Burton, top. David Ellefson, A. Can't tell who that is. Feldy from Korn, I'll go B. Frankie Bello, A. Geezer Butler, top. Newstead, A. I think this is the bass player from Meshuggah, so I'll go B. John Myung, top.
Lemmy,
A.
Top. Really?
Nikki Sixx, B. Paul Gray, B. Rex Brown, A. Rob Trujillo, A. I think that's Ryan from Mudvayne. I'll go A. Can't tell who that is.
No idea.
This is Shavo from System of a Down, B. Steve Harris, top. And Troy from Mastodon, A. So I can't tell these other two. And this wasn't even really that big of a list. Let me go back, see if there's like another one. Let's try rock and metal basis. And still not quite enough. What about this one? Okay, well, this is including guitarists, so that's not fair. Let's do one more, and then... let's try metal subgenres.
Okay, let's try
metal subgenres. I want to find a big one, an extensive one. No.
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 No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
We need a big one. We need to end on a bang.
No.
What about this? No. Still, it's more, but not quite enough. What about this? What the hell is that? What the fuck? Types of metal music? No, not quite. I know there was like this huge one that I saw. What, did I look at this one? Yeah, I did. No. Let me go to the next page. Maybe they'll give me more subgenres. No. Metal genres. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. All right, so alternative metal. I'll go B tier.
Funk metal.
It's not really that big, so I think it'll have to go in C.
New metal. I'd probably go at C.
Yeah, part of me wants to put it at D, but okay. Rap metal, C. Black metal. I'll go A. I'll go A tier for black metal. Atmospheric black metal. I'm picky, so I'm gonna go C. Black gaze,
probably at C.
Black and roll. I dig black and roll, so I'll go B. Depressive black metal.
Ooh, probably at B.
Melodic black metal. I'm going A. Pagan black metal. Raw black metal. I'm going to go D. Technical black metal. Even though that's more or less like avant-garde black metal, I'll go B. Symphonic black metal. B. War metal, aka proto black and death. Actually, I'm going to go D. I'm not that big into it. Death metal. Top. Brutal death metal.
A.
Some bands I love, and then there's some that I'm not too sure about. So I'll go B. Slam, D.
Death and roll.
Death and roll. It's not really that big, so I'll go C. Melodic death metal, A. Technical death metal, A. Doom metal, A. Death doom,
top. At the top.
Drone metal,
not the biggest.
Funeral doom, C. I'm picky about funeral.
Gothic metal,
B.
Sludge,
kind of picky, so C. Stoner, B. Traditional doom, A. Epic doom, A. Folk
metal depends on the band. So
I'll go
A. Oh yeah, it's fine.
Celtic metal. Again, Celtic metal, Viking metal, and folk, they're all the same thing.
Grindcore,
B. Cyber grind, haven't heard. Death grind, B. Gore grind, I'll go C. Gore noise, never heard of. Heavy metal,
top.
Glam metal, C. Nawabum,
top.
Power metal, B.
Speed metal,
B. Industrial, I'm picky about, so I'll go C. Cyber metal. That's essentially industrial. NDH, same thing. I'll just say C just because of Rammstein. Metalcore, I'll go B. Mainly 90s and early 2000s. Deathcore, D. Mathcore, D. Melodic metalcore, B. Transcore, don't know. Post metal.
Depends on the band. We'll go with C.
Doomgaze, what the fuck is Doomgaze? Progressive metal, top.
Gent.
It's not a genre. Thrash metal, top. Crossover, I'll go B. Technical thrash, B. Avant-garde
metal,
B. Neoclassical, C.
Symphonic metal, same thing, B.
Well, there you go. There you have it. And I think I'm going to call it a stream there. Man, we've been going nearly 3 hours. Holy
shit.
But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this long-ass diatribe of just fucking around with tier ranker and doing stupid crap. So, anyways, as far as what's coming up, I still got a couple reviews left to do and a collection update, and then I'll be caught up, at least till next week. I'll see you all later. Holy shit, I am dead.
Bye.